What's up, everyone, and welcome back to the Replayer Podcast, a weekly video game podcast where we talk about what went down on Retro Replay this week, as well as get to meet and get to know some of the replayers themselves. I'm your host, Dan Morris, and with me is my lovely co-host, Pagan.
Oh, hi.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
And joining us this week, returning to the show, is Kessie and Cal.
Hello.
Howdy doody.
Hi.
Howdy doodle.
What's up, guys?
I'm very well. How are you guys?
You look great.
Welcome back, guys.
Welcome back.
It's good to be back.
Oh yeah, I'm feeling very comfortable. I'm back at feel like I'm back at home kind of thing.
Oh, that's nice. That's how we want you to feel.
I was
Back
just
at
thinking
home,
now.
have a chat.
I was just thinking now that we can actually see each other because we're doing video in the podcast now. We're starting to get some of those like feel good vibes with the intro music.
With the intro
Kinda
music.
like the show.
Legit, I've been doing that since
That was
before
your
camera.
concept.
Like way
I
before
didn't know.
camera. I'm still like
It's like the
partying it
countdown
up every time I
music.
Get
hear
down.
it.
Every
Yeah,
time you
all
like,
the
party
time.
Out, countdown music, you slow dance. You know.
Absolutely. And then like when we're going out as well, I'm like, yes, great
Yes,
podcast.
Cal.
Like
Yes.
Yes,
such a
Quinn.
dweeb. Yeah, I've been
Thank you,
I've been
Cal.
rocking out to that tune all the time. So oh.
All right. Well, this is officially episode 22 of the podcast.
22.
Nice.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm feeling
So-
22. Yeah.
gasp.
We have Cal back on the show, who was on
Good
episode
one.
2 of the podcast. It's been 5 months since we've had you on, Cal.
It's 20 episodes since you've been on. Oh my god.
20 episodes.
Yeah.
What have you
Just-
done?
What happened?
Hopefully good stuff. It makes me just think of the gif where she just goes, "It's been 84 years." I just like slowly age.
Yeah. 5 months later.
Cal's over there all crippled and old, like, grrr.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sounds like,
damn
what?
lawn.
84
He's like,
years.
"I've never aged so much right now."
Sounds like, what are you doing? Why'd you sound like this?
What happened? And Kessie, I don't know how many episodes it was since you were on because it wasn't
Oh.
that long ago and I didn't bother counting.
Wow.
Favoritism. Oh my god. I'm sorry, Kessie.
I'll see myself out. It's all right. It's okay.
No,
Quick, somebody
don't
hold
stay.
Kessie.
Don't mind him.
To be
We'll
fair,
have our
I-
own podcast.
I think I've been. Ooh.
Ooh.
How dare you?
I think I've been on it a few times though, haven't I? I can't
You
remember.
have.
Podcast?
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, you were on the main show once. You were on
Yep.
the Manchester episodes
Special.
too.
Yeah.
Which
That's right.
I was special.
they're on our YouTube channel.
Oh.
but
Special
they're
guest. The
on
special
the-
episodes.
not- Yes. We do need to get those uploaded. We can upload those now.
Yay!
So
That's
we will have to
true.
do
Yeah, we
that.
can. But they are available for your listening pleasure on YouTube, so feel free to check us out, the Replayer
Yes,
Podcast.
But we
Mhm.
can definitely get those on the podcast and actually have them in
We
the
can.
mainstream of episodes.
Mhm.
Hey.
Hey!
Well,
Woo.
since we had you on so long ago, Cal, we've started doing the getting to know the replayers, asking them how they came across replay, the replayer journey, as Pagan likes to put it. So, Cal, what's your replayer journey?
Well, honestly, you just sort of don't do those faces.
Story
Inside
time.
jokes.
Sorry.
It's making me feel self-conscious.
Look at my ice
Carl.
cream.
Story
Hold on, I'm
Sorry.
my ice cream ready.
Story
I'm
time,
ready.
come on
But yeah, no, I stumbled across it because I generally like Nolan North a lot. I wasn't much of a fan of Troy Baker, which sounds bad to say now. But I just saw Nolan.
You whoa!
I'm sorry.
Hold
Whoa,
up.
whoa.
You were
Back
not a
it
fan
up.
of Troy
Back it up.
Baker?
Wait, what?
Sacrilege. Get
I'm-
out. That's 50% of the show.
well,
50.
Like
Well,
50.
yeah.
How
What I
much is
meant
true?
was, what I meant was like,
Nicely done.
there goes my ego.
Sorry, Cal. Go ahead.
No,
Hang
but
on, I
like,
think
you
I
know-
got you.
Oh no.
Replayer journey, replayer journey, replayer journey, replayer journey.
Wait.
Oh,
There we go.
Ah.
Healed.
it's
Go.
complete.
right.
Go for it.
No, I was more like you've heard the guy in everything, but you're not a fan of the person because you don't know much about the person. So
Okay.
So when I saw that they was doing something together, I'm like, they're both interesting. I'll give it a watch. Fast forward 2 years later, and I'm stuck with these beautiful people on the screen as best friends.
He hesitated a little bit with the beautiful then. He hesitated, just like a little.
Don't do that to me, Kessie. Stop it.
Calling him out.
Well, it's been fun to just stumble into it, and then it's just been 2 years later, and it's a lot of fun. It's the best community I've ever been in, and to be able to hang about with everybody before the show, during the show, and after the show, it's just wonderful. And then we got Manchester, which was the biggest highlight of the year. So much happened. Then we had more. We had more happen, and here we are at Christmas time. Not wearing Christmas hats yet, though.
Christmas jumpers, though. I'm representing. Oh, my Christmas
yes.
tree. Come on now.
I'm going all goth. I thought.
I made an effort, Dan.
I just moved to Texas, so you can suck it.
He's never gonna see the snow again.
Oh, that's
Speaking-
sass.
Speaking
All that
of
Texas
changes,
sass.
as Cal has mentioned, I will go ahead and put out there on the podcast that I have officially moved to
for it.
Texas.
Woo! I can't clap. I'm holding a mic, so.
I clap for Kessie.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And that is also to go hand in hand with what I guess we can call the second official retro replay relationship. I got the fake
Look,
applause.
oh, he's blushing. He's blushing. Look at that.
Blushing. I don't see it either.
I can see it.
Scrutinizing the screen like, is he?
Where?
I don't
Really?
know.
I can see the
Also,
glasses
check it out.
steaming up.
I thought I heard a
Clap.
woo from the other room. I thought Brandy's always like.
It probably is.
Yay.
Probably is.
So not
That's
to blow
great,
on my
though.
own
That's it.
success
That's-
too much.
No, but
beautiful.
look, that's great, and I think like it's a really interesting thing that like years ago like this just wasn't possible. Like having an online community and having an online relationship just was not possible. And like since we've all come such a long way from the fucking
God, yeah.
creation of the internet, people are just meeting online. And obviously Sarah and Greg met through the Retro Replay chat on one of the episodes. And they started playing online games, and I presume you guys met through the same way. You met through Discord and did the online episodes. Just started hanging out, chatting, and now you're boinking. So great, boinking.
Boinking.
I could go for
You
boinking.
tapping it. Or
It's a
she's
similar
tapping it.
story. We actually started talking through Twitter, but we were like going through like the live chats and then chatting, and then here we are.
And here you
Fill
are.
in the middle.
moved
Use your
in
imagination.
together. No, thank you.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
No, as
to
much as
Brandy.
I love Brandy and you, just
You don't want to think about that.
no, thank
She-
you. No, I'm not about it.
I've had the pleasure of meeting Brandy, and she has amazing chesticles.
Oh,
as
okay.
we
Okay.
say.
Sure, absolutely. You know what? I've seen her.
Woman.
I've seen her in the
Well,
Wonder
what
Woman
Kessie
fit,
is
and
doing right
goddamn,
now
man.
is painting a picture for all of our listeners.
That's yeah. It's
She's
basically
beautiful.
like, hey, remember that time she cosplayed as Wonder Woman? I wondered if she wear that
There's
outfit anywhere
actually
else.
Somewhere, if you go through the MCM tweets for Glasgow, there's actually a clip of her, I think, choking Nolan with Troy with the
Saw that.
show. Yes,
Yeah.
saw
that.
Beautiful. I
It's
love
Nolan
such
it.
a great little
Calls her
snippet.
out multiple times in her Wonder Woman costume.
Yeah.
So amazing. I love her.
I mean, wouldn't you? Goddamn.
I think
Well, of course you would. Let's not ask you. Like,
Nolan was a little taken with her.
of course.
Ooh.
Who
It
wouldn't?
reminds me of
Next time.
the Streets of Rage episode with the dominatrix.
Yes.
And she's got the big boots.
Yes. It's
Oh,
the boots
dirty.
and the thighs. Nolan
The
seems
whips.
to
the
have
whips.
that. Yeah. I'm telling you, man, we've discussed this before. I think Nolan's kinky. Like, no, like, look, Troy, Nolan, Drew, if you're listening, you know.
I mean,
Especially Troy knows. I reckon.
Drew
When I-
knows for sure.
when I
Drew
asked
knows
Nolan
for sure.
When I asked Nolan for some advice for voice acting and stuff, he looked goes, "You want some advice, from Uncle Nolly? No clothes in the booth," and then starts writing them a book. I'm like, what? And then the
Yeah.
screen like, "What did he say?"
No clothes in the booth.
Anything.
No clothes in the
No clothes in
audition.
the booth.
Guaranteed to get you that job.
Is that like the naked man version of like acting?
Yeah, absolutely. Of course it is.
How many
Okay,
actually
we're
got
here.
that reference?
I got
not
nothing.
Poor Cal, like, no.
I don't
can't
understand.
tell.
How I Met Your Mother? Nothing? No.
I don't know.
Nah.
Look it, I
Yeah.
watched How I Met Your Mother, and I wasted however many seasons that took. 8 seasons?
After watching it, I rewatched Friends.
I'm waiting for
I'm
the reasons that you
sorry.
think you wasted 8 seasons. I believe the show had 9.
You're waiting for the. Okay, sorry. Apologies. Okay. Well, here's it then. I wasted 8 seasons because I enjoyed the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Enjoyed the first season, and then
Yeah.
I kind of enjoyed the second season. Third season, I'm like, okay, but now I'm in it, and now I'm just really curious. So I stuck it out through the rest of the other 8 seasons, and then season 9 came out, and I was like, what the fuck is this?
Okay. Why?
Because like it's not like How I Met Your Mother. It's like they're. Oh no, I
How I
can't.
Met
'cause
Your
people are gonna,
Mother,
it's gonna spoil it for anybody who hasn't seen
yeah.
it. So
How I Met Your Mother and how beep happened. It's just
Well,
It's
the whole
basic-
show is How I Met Your Mother. From the beginning, Ted was obsessed with Robin.
spoiler alert.
Clearly, the show has been over for 7 years.
That's why I go back
Sorry.
and
The
watch
same length as
Friends.
The Last of Us. If you don't know what happens in The Last of Us, you're out of luck.
I
Yeah.
don't think, Cal, have you played it?
If you guys haven't seen How I Met Your Mother, just skip this section. Skip to like 10 minutes in, 15 minutes in, you'll be fine. But yeah, look, I
That
just think.
show is
I mean,
worth watching for Barney alone doing the legend.
was gonna say-
Dairy.
yes, very good. I will say his performance was absolutely incredible, and I think
Patronizing me,
like
Pagan.
no, Barney's character was the best character in it,
Oh yeah, I love
without a
Barney.
doubt. Without a doubt.
Hands
Ted's
down.
character is pretty great, hands down.
Ted's kind of a bitch,
yeah.
but
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But no, I think his character was the best. Barney's the best character. Neil Patrick Harris is a fucking genius.
100%.
100%.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Moving right along.
Congratulations for you and Brandy and moving to
Hell yeah.
Texas. That's where we came from. So, like, congratulations on being like the second quote unquote retro reacher couple.
Yes, we are.
That's how we came.
What?
That's how we got here.
And we will take the title of best retro replay couple.
Oh
Oh,
my god, it's
Greg
a
is there.
race.
Greg is gonna like bust in the room like boom.
couple
what was that?
Greg's gonna suddenly pop into the podcast
Yeah.
like, oh really? We'll see about that.
Hi, how are you?
Well, hello there.
That's a really good impression of Greg. Oh my god.
How nice to see you and hear you all. Greg, I love you.
I love you too, Greg.
Love you, Greg.
Love you, Greg.
You know what? Actually, special
There we go.
shout out to Greg because Greg is going through some stuff at the moment, and like
Mm.
Yeah.
it's tough, man. And you know, to have a community to support you and behind you, I think just the knowledge of that, I think, will help. So
Very true.
just know that we all love you, Greg. So
And he'll be
we
with
make fun
Sarah
of you
soon.
in jest, but we love you.
We love
Yes.
We make fun of you because we
I
love
think-
you.
I
Make fun
think
of you.
what Dan said in if everyone it's like a bit of like a retro rewind here in the founding five. Thank you. in the founding five video, it's like the community's more family now because we're all so
Yeah.
together and
That
we're
was
all,
my
like-
line.
I know.
Mhm.
I just quoted you. God
I know you
dang
did.
it! You were in the house you're in now.
Oh.
You were in another place. It's in a different room now.
Hmm?
Yeah.
All true.
Yeah, I think it's
Different
it's really great. We are a family, and we're there to support. It's a
I mean,
respect, you know.
When they were playing that and they were saying, "Yeah, we're gonna play the founding five video," I was like, "No!" I can remember mine. Like, oh crap!
I just like
Don't
because
do
Dan
it.
was the last.
Yeah.
Dan was the last one of that video as well, from what I recall.
No,
Second
it was
last.
Second
Second
last,
one.
I think. Yeah,
Wendy
Wendy
was
was the last.
after
Wendy was last, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Get it right.
Okay, sorry, gosh.
But I do
Oh my
feel
God,
that
right.
I really appreciated the lines that they chose from my video. Like they kind of like encapsulated all of it, and then Wendy's was a nice little cherry on top of that.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
good.
Like,
It was
Drew,
really well
good
edited.
job.
So well done, Drew.
Thank you, Drew.
Mhm.
You'll
Love
get
you,
some
Drew.
soup.
Some
Love
soup
you, Drew.
Some soup.
for your level 3 basement.
Oh my
They
God,
must have gotten
I
lots of
can't
soup now
wait
with The
to
Last
see
of Us.
that.
The soup was pouring.
Yeah.
Had to
Yeah,
serve the
man.
waves of soup.
Mm.
So, anyways, long enough opening tangent. We got to know Cal a little bit. Kessie, I'm pretty sure we got the rundown on you and your back, and
A
we'll
bat?
come back around to you guys at the end of the episode and catch up with
Mhm.
some more things. But I would say that brings us to the
Mm.
Retro Replay is a YouTube channel hosted by the incredibly talented Nolan North and Troy Baker, and produced by Red Bear Films. Blah, blah, blah. Tripped on my tongue for a second.
Would you like to start again?
No,
I know words.
Hey,
The
Hi,
guys
Kessie,
sit
speak
down
English.
with some
Hey, Dan,
retro
keep-
and not so retro games of yesteryear. And our podcast is dedicated to their recent uploads, events, and many, many tangents. As we just finished. This week, there was 3 episodes, as we've been getting so far, with the Uncharted Definitive Playthrough Part 8 and The Last of Us Part 4.
Woo!
And we also got a Christmas special episode, Part 1,
Oh God, all these parts.
where they
Can't
play
keep
Home
up.
Alone. Yes, they're all parts now.
Sorry, they're all parts. It's like a bad assembly guide from IKEA. I got this part here and those match over there, and this.
Listen, IKEA is just Legos for adults.
I ain't
Yeah,
gonna
that's true.
disagree with that.
What?
No, I
love
totally
putting
agree with
together
that.
furniture.
Cal,
I can't do it. I've always
It's literally
done it wrong.
Legos. You follow the instructions exactly the same way. It'll be like, here's this
Can't
piece,
even
plug that
build
piece into
Lego.
that part.
yeah,
Part A
Bad
goes
at
into part
Legos.
C.
Yeah.
I'm buying you a
Something's
Lego
always
set for
backwards.
Manchester.
I love Legos. I really do.
I do have like a little me and Sophie did go get like a little Lego version of ourselves. And
I need to get a
mine
Lego
down to
retro
now.
replay set, like the guy sitting on the couch.
Ooh.
You
oh,
can
that'd be
make
so
those.
Christmas
good.
ideas.
Christmas ideas, damn.
Drew's there listening like, I'm going to take that.
He's like,
Yeah,
oh, okay.
idea.
Take a
Ryan,
bananas for them.
Ryan in his
Type, type, type.
cage, like.
Ooh, that's a
This is
good
probably
one.
the only
Merch.
content they're allowing him to listen to. That's how tortured he is.
He's just
it's
in
like,
his cage
you want to listen to
listening to our
content?
dumb
The Read Their podcast.
If
Listen to that.
It's like if he ever goes to like a convention, he hears your voice, he's like, I know them. Oh no, I know them. Freedom. He'll
I
run over.
wonder if that
I'm
if that ever would happen though. Like if we happen to just walk past because they don't know our faces, they don't know who we are, but they've never met us before. But if we happen to walk past
They've
and have a
seen us in the
conversation,
Founding
would they
500
actually be
video.
like,
Yeah,
Hold
they've
up.
seen all of us. Oh.
"Come on now, who's gonna remember that?" Like the actual faces of every single person. I swear, if somebody from the Finding 500 walked past me and I hadn't met them in person, I wouldn't know who they were, even if I saw them on the video,
Mhm.
because I would just be like, "Oh, it's just another face in the crowd," because it just is. You associate a face with
Yeah.
personality. You don't just here's a face and that's a name. You have to associate with a personality, which is why when they meet you and they see you several times and they know who you are, they'll continue to remember you, or they will associate your name with your YouTube monocle
Your
or whatever.
username.
Yeah, and you know what I mean. Monocle,
It gets to the point where they're like, "There's Kessie."
Monocle.
Ugh.
yeah, I
Your
can't
monocle.
English today.
I can't even English.
English?
It's a-
Pagan,
Pagan, how much did you drink?
A lot.
You're
I've been
drunk,
drinking Drench. I'll have you know. And it's
Um,
peach and mango, and it's not at all sponsored. But
That
if
sounds dirty.
whoever makes this wants to sponsor it,
If
please
someone
do.
wants to sponsor you,
Pornhub, fuck's sake. Where you at?
Well, I wasn't
We're all
expecting
thinking our
that.
favorite thing.
That's
Sorry,
been
we've had
Pagan's
this
new thing.
running
She's
joke.
Desperate for
No,
Pornhub.
it's fine.
sponsorship.
Desperate for Pornhub sponsorship. Absolutely. Their marketing team is on point.
There's a certain easy way to get that.
All right.
Oh my
There we go.
Oh,
That's why
Well-
we're going video.
I mean,
We're the
Cal's
Naked
not-
Podcast.
Cal's already naked. That's why we can't see him.
That's why there's no video.
Yeah.
And I'm naked.
Knew it.
His camera's
Like
like, oh
famous
my
tonight.
god, I'm blushing and broke.
Knew it. I'm sorry, Dan. What were you
Sorry,
saying
Dan.
about retro replay?
I
Dan's
don't
just
know.
like gone
I'm-
into the
I'm lost
void.
now.
The guys play some retro games and not so retro games of yesteryear.
Yeah, that's
And
how
something
this-
like that.
Yeah.
the plot thing
That's
works.
the plot. Right. What's the show again?
Which
But yeah,
one?
Where
to
am
go,
I?
This one?
yeah, to go off what Pagan said though, is I did nearly walk past Pagan at Manchester because I couldn't recognise who she was. Because I only
One
heard
thing.
How dare you, sir?
literally
No.
no, literally, I think it was after we came out of you singing with Troy, and I'm like, I'm just blown away, and then I just have somebody say hi to me, and my brain doesn't click, and I'm like, oh yeah, it's that lady, and then I'm like,
Mm.
I'm like,
Who?
it's hard because like there's when you got so many people to remember, your brain doesn't keep up with you. So
Oh,
you have to,
Agreed.
I have that.
Yeah.
I have no problem with that. Especially like you said after the singing thing, I walked out of that room and just the stampede of human beings
Ah,
at
yes.
me. It was like, yeah, I'm like, ah! I was trying
Kessie
to
doing
jump
the
back in through the
Kessie wow.
door. Ah!
Yeah.
Ah! No. Why? No.
But you know what, Kessie? Like you rocked it at Manchester, and I hope that happens again because goddamn,
I
girl,
do too.
goddamn.
Don't they listen to
Goddamn,
this?
brah.
Don't they listen to this? Hey, Troy, if you're listening. Hi, Kessie here. Just do it
It's
again.
ASMR time with Kessie. Hi, Troy.
Yeah, cool.
Hi, Nolan.
I literally love how
Hi,
you
guys.
introduce that. Where you're like, "Hi, Troy. If you're listening, it's Kessie here." like you wouldn't
It's-
recognize your voice. Like he's gonna think my voice is Kessie's.
Yeah, it's
you
your
several times to
adopted-
know that it's not.
It's your
Like, hi,
adopted
this is
daughter.
Kessie. You know.
No, not adopted daughter. No. How old's Troy? How old's
Adopted
he?
sister.
44.
I-
God, please don't kill me. I think
Google it.
Troy. Hold up. I think
Hi.
Nolan is 49.
Didn't he
Don't
just
quote me on
turn
this.
50 or he's going to turn 50?
I think
Mr.
he's going to turn 50, but I'm not sure. I think it's 48 or 49. And Troy, I
Um,
think, is either 4 or 5 years younger.
I thought that was
Troy
42.
Baker is 43.
Okay.
There you go, 43.
Okay, so
Oh,
I'm
and so, wait, Cal, quick. Nolan North?
Googling. Googling.
Oh,
49.
Man, Google. Get those Google skills out. Wait, I need Greg to.
Lovely photos of him actually
Um,
on Google, you know. Sorry.
Kessie, don't
Man,
get
that guy is
distracted.
so photogenic.
Yeah.
And he's nice and he's talented.
Oh,
I hate
he's
him.
super sweet.
How dare they?
Don't hate him.
Yeah. Well,
Peyton
look,
hates anyone who fits the trifecta.
You're gonna fight
the
Nolan.
trifecta. They're beautiful, they're nice, and they're talented. I'm like, it's got to be
They're
something
not
wrong
allowed
with
to
you.
be
You got to be
nice.
like an inner,
If you're beautiful and
demon.
talented, you're not allowed to be nice.
definitely.
What god did they make a deal with? That's what I want to know.
Yeah. Where is Troy sucking the fountain of youth from? Like, Jesus Christ.
That man is
You seen that
getting
guy's
younger and
skin
younger
and his
younger.
hair? When are you going to release some hair products, Troy?
I like the idea of like
Get
if you
your
watch the
girl out.
first episode and then fast forward to the he looks like a different person altogether.
I know. Do you know what? We were doing that the other day because we were doing like our own little retro rewind here at the home. And Adam hasn't seen everything, so we're going back to watch them all. And it's just so strange. Firstly, how the show has progressed, and we've mentioned this before, how they've progressed from their beginning to now, and how literally Troy has changed so much. Nolan, the same. He still looks like the sexiest beast on earth.
He's
Like
had a
he always
haircut.
did.
Oh yeah, they both had haircuts.
He's got a haircut. He's had several haircuts,
I'm trying
and
to
his
remember who
fashion has
said it.
changed. His
How do you know
fashion has
Nolan
changed.
just doesn't have like permanent hair? It just never grows. It never changes. He's like a Saiyan from Dragon Ball Z. His hair is just perfect
Yeah.
at all times.
I wouldn't be
I-
surprised. He's
I saw
so
I saw a video of him back from 2014, and Nolan's hair has not changed, and he's not aged since 2010.
Exactly.
amazing.
Hey Nolan, Kessie here
Seriously.
again. What's your secret, Nolan?
The more you know
Maybe they'll.
with
The more
Kessie.
you know.
Every time I do, I'm like, hey there, Kessie here. Yeah. What's your secret?
Honestly, I think if Troy brought out some hair products and Nolan brought out some skin products, I mean, Retro Replay, that's a ship you can jump on, right? Like you can go into the beauty world, like hair products, skin
Who was-
products.
I'm
I'll
trying
buy
to remember who said it. I don't want to like actually get the wrong person. It might have been Amber. I can't remember. Said Troy's hair looked like an onion, and I just couldn't.
Onion.
like with the wrong bit, like you know.
Oh my
Like,
goodness.
Amber, I'm sorry. Hey, Amber, Kessie here. I'm sorry if I read you out.
Don't misquote Amber.
Don't misquote Amber.
Oh.
She'll beat me or something.
Amber
She's
will
like,
come
oh
in
my
here
god,
and-
They're like, that game sucks. There wasn't there an old like Southern quote? You can check this with Brandy, but wasn't there an old Southern quote that it's like the higher the hair, the closer to God? Or is that like a New Jersey quote or something?
That's what he's doing.
Because I feel like Dolly Parton has definitely said that somewhere.
I'm not familiar with that one, but that makes
Google.
sense. I'll accept it. I don't know, but I'll accept
So maybe that's just Troy's way of reaching out towards religion. I
it.
don't
Okay,
think
so you
so.
ready to
but-
talk to Nolan or Troy again? Here we go.
Aw, that's really
It
mean.
is, it is Nolan, by
It's
the way,
Kessie
who
here.
said that.
I like that. We'll have a segment. Hi, it's Kessie here.
The Kessie
Hi,
Just a
segment.
little
Kessie here.
message.
So, who took all the cakes? Yeah,
Eh.
cakes.
It was
And
me.
donuts.
I love how intimate it gets because she's getting all up in her mic like, "Hi
Wow.
there, it's Kessie here."
It just makes me think of that gif where Troy's just saying, I am God here, and I'm just surrounded by donuts and cakes.
Yes.
Donuts and
Make it
cakes.
like, so, hi there, it's York. Like,
Oh.
ordered. No. what's wrong with that? What's the face?
I'm
Go
just,
on,
I'm just giving
Kes.
you the death stare. Go on.
No.
Can't even see the death stare.
I can feel it. Feel it.
I can feel it.
I can
Just
feel it.
vibrates through the screen.
See, now we're gonna get into like a voice off whenever we get like different people who do voices on the show.
We gotta get James on here. Oh my god, we gotta get James.
Uh,
James
has
can
been on the
do.
show. He can come back.
Yeah, get him back in because we were playing Overwatch and he just broke out into a Scottish accent and I
boy.
giggled and went, "When did Billy Connolly join the chat?" And he just started quoting Billy Connolly. It was amazing.
Was he playing McCree?
No, I think we were playing like a deathmatch. He's really good at Reaper on death matches, but then like off it is really bad.
Why do I think McCree is his main? I don't know.
Nah. I think who is his main? May's one of his mains.
You're playing on PS4, right?
Yes, yeah, because it was on sale. Hey, Kessie here, Panda, you should totally buy it. I've been trying to get it to buy it all week. Just trying to get it to buy it.
I think I know the episode of this week's or the name of this week's episode. Kessie here.
Yeah,
Hi, Kessie.
definitely gotta be something like that. No, but
It
I
leans in.
think James, in terms of like James's vocal talent, he's been on the show before and he's done small bits and snippets and stuff like that. But he's in a world of his own, man.
He's
I mean, honestly,
amazing.
if he's not like as successful as Troy Nolan, eventually, I'd be shocked. That guy is talented
Yeah.
He
James
is.
and
Move
such a
up
genuinely
once
nice
Troy
human
dies.
being, and James deserves it. Like,
He's
yeah,
such a sweetheart as well. I love him a bit. I'll
Such
never
a
forget,
cutie.
like,
Love you, James.
love you, James. We love you.
James.
I mean, James.
James, we love you.
Hey, Kessie here. Hey, James.
Hi, James. Kessie
I
here.
love you.
Can we all
Hi,
four of
James.
us at once say Kessie here at the same time?
Yeah,
Deal.
let's go.
Like,
Just count us
it
down.
You
3,
start it.
2, 1. Kessie
Hi.
here.
Hi,
James. Kessie here. Oh, wait.
Totally botched it.
Hi, James. Kessie here.
Oh, we're doing hi. I just want to do the Kessie here.
To be
Try
fair,
again.
your countdown like stopped halfway due to
Yeah, it did.
my Wi-Fi. So I just saw your finger and I was like, I don't know what number he's on. This is great.
You're like posing for a rap album or something like.
We saw you.
DJ Dan.
Yeah.
James is just. I love
He
James.
is.
Like all the DJ
James,
names.
Tina, and Nate.
Wonderful. Oh, Tina. Oh, Tina. My God,
Hello.
that woman. I have just spent the weekend with Tina, and I will just tell you that I love that woman so much.
Were you
She is
clothed?
my spirit animal.
Not Tina at all.
Not all the time.
Those eyebrows when she
Tina.
said that.
Hey, Tina, it's Kessie here.
No, she's great. She's such a cool, genuine person, and man, she's great.
badass.
She's such a badass, and I think like she's the most. I can't even describe it. Like she's really sweet. She's very nice.
She's 100%.
Very kind. She's 100%.
She's
Oh,
amazing.
that's a great phrase. She's 100%. She
Oh,
is
yeah.
pretty much everything that you would want in a good person.
I will never forget that. I think there's a video of it somewhere
Amazing.
when it was at Birmingham. It was a birthday, and we gave her the presents from the Irish replayers,
Oh,
and her face just lit up. And she read out that letter. I can't
Oh.
quote the letter, but it was like a line that everyone's. I think a few of you Irish replayers been sending each other.
Oh
Father
yeah,
Ted?
I could
Yeah,
do
you
it.
know
If
what
you
I-
want.
Yeah.
It's a line from Father
Yeah, go for
Ted.
it. Yeah, you do it. You can pull it off the night. You better than me.
I hear you're a racist now, Father.
Hi, Kessie here.
Tanks.
But she unwrapped everything.
We'd like to disclose that the views reflected in that quote are not reflections of the Repair Podcast and any of its team. Thank you.
Can I ask the Irish replayers that? Is that an Irish thing? With like TH, you
it's
say
like
tanks.
who
Tanks,
was it
yeah.
involved? There
Tanks.
was
Yeah,
Thank
it's
you
part of
very
the
much.
accent.
Yeah, don't say thank you. Say thank you very much. Nah.
Tank. Tanks.
Thank
Tanks.
thank you very much.
Tanks you much.
thank you
Oh,
very
thanks, Dad.
much.
What?
Thanks,
What
lad.
is? What are you? I'm looking at you like, what are you doing, Dan? Like, what's it?
What am I doing?
Doing
I'm
Dan?
looking over at your screen. What are you?
Looking over there. What are you doing?
Like, what
I
are you
don't know what's
doing?
going on.
So this show is
Yeah.
going completely off the rails because
This
we
show
can
is
see each
like
other.
tangented so bad,
I know.
man.
Cassie, what have you done to us?
I
Kessie,
blame
Hi,
Dan for
Kessie
everything.
here. I'm sorry for going on tangents. Dan, you should know this. We played Resident Evil together, and I went off on tangent.
You can start
Yeah.
the show again. Like, hi, Kessie here. I
Hang on.
apologize.
Rip.
Let's start again.
And then we just get to
That
what's going
disclaimer
to
message
happen?
at the beginning of
Hang on. Hold on. Hey guys, welcome back to the Replayer Podcast.
Yeah.
How's it going?
Where we talk about
We're back
Kessie.
with some content about the actual Retro Replay show.
Let me start with the music again, and then it'll open with Kessie, just like, hey replayers, Kessie here.
What have I done? What have I done?
Kessie, you can start a spin-off of our show. Kessie
Hi,
here.
Kessie here.
Hi, Kessie here.
No, I feel like you're just
So-
going to be making a segment.
Just come join
hi,
me on my
Kessie here.
box.
Daily
share your
reminder
thoughts,
to take
opinions,
care of yourself.
questions.
Come to the Thoughts box.
The thoughts box. Remember, donate
Thought-
soup. It's box soup. It's like
Thoughts-
bacon soup, can soup, box soup.
Fortified Thoughts with Kessie.
Oh my god.
It's like a DIY show. It's like, hi there. Duct tape, get to work. Hi there, Kessie here.
Duct tape.
you need some fort boxes. You got yourself a good fort. That way, any replayers find you, can dive straight in. Come on. We have happy little accidents here.
All right, Kessie.
Happy accident.
I'm gonna try to move on.
Sorry.
Well, I'm gonna try.
I'm so sorry.
So I'm gonna start talking. You can keep talking too, but I'm gonna start talking about the Uncharted episode where they brought back Emily Rose, and Kessie hasn't started talking yet. So maybe we can proceed.
Let's do it.
Episode 8 of Uncharted Definitive Playthrough, Uncharted 2,
Mhm.
for that matter. Number 2. We were at the part in Uncharted where they make it back to the beginning scene. We get that little abridged part of
That's right.
Drake getting up through the train and passing out, bleeding to death, and somehow surviving in the cold. And then they get back to the Tibetan village where they meet Tenzin.
Yes.
And they brought back Emily Rose for the second time, which was great because she was awesome the first time. Happy to have her back.
Hmm.
She definitely brought a lot of her own personal wit and humor to the show, which much appreciated. Let's see what you guys thought about the episode, and let's start with Cal.
Oh, I'm put on the spot. I
Sorry,
really
did you have
like.
food in your mouth? Like, oh, I'm sorry.
No, but I'll throw
Was it
food at
good?
you.
If
but,
that were to actually
ready.
work, I would laugh.
but no, I liked Emily Rose being back on because she's always a fun guest. Like you could see that she just fit in so well because obviously working with both of them, it's just there's so much chemistry there that they could literally talk like that for hours and it'd be perfect. So seeing her thoughts and everything, and just mostly everybody laughing at Nolan as everybody does, it was a nice warm atmosphere, I guess.
Sorry.
Sorry, we're doing inside jokes.
I can
now
feel
over
the
here
death stare. I can feel the death stare again.
Oh gosh.
now. Kessie, what did you think? Anything to add on that?
Same, pretty much. I really enjoyed the episode that she was in. Why are you trying to hit me now?
No.
Just do that.
Fist bump.
Fist bump. Cute.
I feel like my hand's actually going to go through.
On my screen, you're right next to Pagan, so I just feel like you could still knock Pagan out.
I'm the same. On my screen, she's
punch over
punching
the
me in the
tree.
face. So
I'm punching over the tree instead. But yeah,
We're
like,
now officially mandating people to have to start watching the video version of this show.
But yeah, like I really enjoyed her. I still played the first 3 games, but I did have them. Like I said before, I did have them, but
So you haven't
you
played
did say that. You did say that
Yeah.
before. Look.
I did have, and that went away as well. But I did play that, and yeah. I'm gonna go hide now.
So that was the first time you've experienced those parts of the game?
Yes, yeah,
Ooh.
yeah. So it's like it's like watching the best walkthrough ever, really. What not to do, kind of thing.
He could have pet the yak. Nathan
What?
didn't pet the yak.
He
did.
could have pet the
I
yak.
will do that.
He could have.
I swear
Agreed.
to do that. When I play it, I will pet the yak.
Please do.
Hi there,
I was
yak.
like, come on, Nathan.
I'm Kessie.
Pet
I'm
the
gonna
yak.
pet you. Hi there, Kessie here. I'm gonna pet this yak. It's just like-
Kessie here.
Yeah.
I'm going to pet your yak.
That sounds so weird. Just make it weird.
It's because it's
Whoa.
Dave saying it.
Because I'm saying it. Cal,
Yeah.
you say it. Let's see if it's not weird.
Go on.
I'm gonna pet the yak.
You didn't
no,
say it
you
right.
don't pet your yak.
You have to say,
Oh, you're
Kessie
yak.
here. I'm gonna pet your yak.
Don't say Kessie.
Kessie here. I'm gonna pet your yak.
Oh yeah, you're
Yes,
right. It's only weird when I say it.
You haven't got the British
It's
charm,
weird.
Dan.
It's both weird
Yeah,
because you're
that's
saying
it,
my
Cal.
name.
I gotta adopt a Texas accent, my New York
Oh.
accent buried under a Texas accent with a UK
Yes,
accent.
please. Yes,
I want to
please.
hear that. I want to hear that next year, man. I don't
Is
want
that
Howdy
to
just
y'all,
Southern?
Kessie here.
No,
Does
no.
does Brandy have a Texan accent?
A little bit.
Really?
Bring her in. Bring her in.
Bring her in.
Come on down.
You know
Bring
what?
the whole
That
family.
just on the Texas accent. Like I think the funniest part of any of the retro replay episodes is when
When Troy does one.
when Troy actually like gets frustrated at a game, his Texan accent comes out real quick, and you're like, ha ha ha. That's cute. Like, because I think it was
There it
in
is.
Super Hot, and he was like, "Why, Baker? Why?" And then like
Yeah.
throughout that episode, you could hear like little bits of his Texan, like real strong, and I'm like,
Did a little bit of that twang.
"You're actually frustrated. Like, it's not just for the show. You're literally
Mommy,
frustrated."
Troy's
AF.
gonna break a game. Look.
That happens to
Going
me
to-
all the time. Like my
All those
accent
years
will
of
change
vocal
depending on
training
the
out the window.
Yeah.
mood. Gone.
Ends in a scream.
Nolan screamed.
Yeah.
He goes full text and like ultra text all of a sudden.
Real Southern.
Sorry,
I think it was really great to have Emily back on. Yeah, no, I really think it's great to have Emily back on. She's such a good part of the whole collection, really. But the second game, she's not in it a whole bunch. Like, she's in it, but she's not in a whole bunch like she was in
Right.
the first game and then later on. Yeah, it's have her on and stuff like that. It's kind of like familiar because she'd been on before. So I was like, oh, this is nice. This is cute. I like this.
Well, it's certainly great to have her come back in and give more feedback and her side of things of when they recorded lines, the way they improvise things, getting Troy and his improv. Because they
Improv.
talk about her and Nolan improvising some of the lines in the
Yeah.
dialogue. I just think she's funny in the way she just comments on watching Nolan play. Like there was a part where
Yeah.
Nolan just randomly jumped off a cliff and hit an icicle, and she went, "Icicle!" and
Yeah.
just watched Nolan die. It's the
That's one of my
silliest,
favourite
littlest
things
thing,
watching,
but it's the thing that made me laugh the most.
Yeah.
I think one of my favorite things of watching these episodes with the guests and everything that they can like retell stories from within the motion capture studios,
Precisely.
letting us in on secrets that they were getting
Yeah.
up to and everything. Like the one, wow, what was the name of the guy that's helping like Nathan Heal at the beginning? Oh,
Tenzin?
the actor Robin.
Robin
Oh, right.
yeah, no, yeah,
Robin
what
Atkins.
he did with the accent, and he was like, "Okay, we're gonna get a different voice actor to dub over your stuff, so just say whatever you want." And he did. And it's just like, I love that story.
What was
I
it
could
that
happily-
That's really nice.
Robin Atkins Downs actually
Oh,
said?
what? Oh,
Like Mushu Kung Pao?
yeah,
No,
Mushu
Mushu Ping Pong.
Mushu Ping
Mushu
Pong.
Ping Pong.
Mushu Ping Pong.
Mushu Ping Pong. I was like, oh my.
Ping pong.
I would also have struggled
Perfect
to keep a straight
Tibetan.
face.
Mushu Ping
Yeah.
Pong.
Oh. It probably means something. Probably slurring cussing out a whole bunch of
Ping
Tibetans.
pong.
I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry. Hey there, listeners. Kessie, we're not swearing.
Kessie here. Just a disclaimer.
Kessie here.
We're not
We're sorry.
being racist or stereotyping anyone. We love all.
I'm gonna get like a
We're
note
just
from my-
verbatim the
Yeah.
story from Nolan.
Yeah.
I know.
We
I
need
know.
our own
T-shirt.
T-shirts now that say Kessie here.
I can
a
do. I
disclaimer
can make,
underneath it.
I just want disclaimer on our t-shirts and just wear that full time because we say a lot of shit in this podcast. Like
the thing is-
that are said in the podcast are reflective of the show and not of Pagan and Dan.
Just wanna
Like,
get like a disclaimer Christmas jump. Yeah.
that's a good idea.
Yeah.
That is a good idea.
Go ahead,
Solid
Cal.
idea.
I heard
Thank
you wanted to say something.
Hmm?
Go ahead. I heard you started. You wanted to say something.
Oh, I was gonna say I work at a place shirt, so I'm just gonna have a T-shirt that just says "Hi Kessie here."
No. Here you go, Troy. This is a t-shirt for you. And
Perfect.
where is it?
Hi Kessie here.
He'd
Would you like
wear
to
it.
sing again?
If it was stylish, good font,
Yeah.
he'd wear it.
Oh, I'll have to get to work.
And it's got
Like the
Kessie's name on
circle
it.
cup?
Absolutely.
God.
Straight across his chest. Kessie
My adopted
Here. Let's go
daughter.
already.
The one other thing from this episode that I was gonna bring up and talk about, if we want to talk about it, you guys can tell me I'm crazy. I thought Troy was trying really hard to be funny that episode, and a lot of his humor was falling kind of flat. A little bit.
Hey there, Troy, if you're listening, Kessie here. We love.
I'm sorry, I'll call you out.
The views we're about to express do not actually reflect how we feel of you as a whole.
Like I said, you guys can be like, screw you, Dan, you're full of shit. We love you, Troy.
We love you, Troy.
Alright, hold on.
Oh.
Screw you, Dan. You're full of shit, and we love you, Troy.
Alright, I'm just gonna edit out that
There
bit
we
from before.
I didn't think so. Look. It's really hard for me to keep up with the live chat as well as listen into the episodes, which is terrible because I should go back and watch the episodes. However, as it would have it, I had a weekend full of crack. Crack as in fun for Irish, not crack cocaine.
Oh,
I
yeah.
got
Disclaimer.
instantly worried.
Crack?
Just
No.
full
Like,
of crack?
having the fun. I had a weekend full of fun
Fucking
with
sucking
Irish
robots all
replayers.
of a sudden.
For our
I had a
American
really great
replayers, when
Irish
she says
replayer.
crack, she means fun, not
Yes.
addictive substance.
Whenever she says crack, just double
It
the
is-
word fun. Whenever
Yeah,
she says
it's
it.
spelled C-R-A... no, sorry. Yeah, C-R-A-I-C. C-R-A-I-C.
I'm gonna have to
Crack.
edit in like subtext
it's
into the
Irish.
video.
It's Irish, it means fun. Anyway, I had a great weekend, and I didn't get a chance to watch any of the episodes back. So I'm going off with what I had my memory on Monday, Tuesday,
You'll
and
just
on
go off of
Thursday.
what I say. I'm gonna just start talking about like, well, Troy
Disagree
was
with
telling
you.
ghost stories, and you're like, oh shit,
Sure.
he did.
And
Really?
no one took his
Okay,
top off.
amazing.
Oh my god! He was
And then a
flat
shark
out.
came
my
out
God.
of nowhere.
Wait, I missed that? Hold up. Where do I need to go
Wait,
see that?
where did the shark come from?
Wait.
Nowhere.
What was the timestamp?
No, look, I genuinely did enjoy the episode. I really liked this section of the game that they were playing. Difficult enough, though. Real difficult. Especially towards, like, the end of that bit, and you kind of see the Yeti thingamabob.
Abominable snowman.
but,
Yeti.
Yeah, Emily had gone before then, but really great, and that was like super frustrating because I remember playing that, and that's super frustrating bit because I died so many
Yep.
times. But yeah, he did. I thought he did really well, and it was a really great little clip from the game. The actual gameplay itself was really interesting. I liked all that bit in the ice and the snow and traversing through that and trying to find a way around when Tenzin would like go this way and you'd have to go another way, and I really enjoyed that bit. So I enjoyed the episode.
Sorry, go ahead, Cal.
Oh, I was gonna say, no, I actually remember playing that part very well and seeing Nolan struggle with it. I'm like, just run and shoot. Nothing's happening. You're shouting at a screen and nothing's gonna happen.
Yeah,
Shout louder.
same.
Shout louder. It will
I have a
work.
note-
Someone will hear you.
I like that section of the game because it reminds me of classic Tomb Raider.
Oh,
that
Yes.
whole area.
Yeah.
Yes.
The
That's what I.
Yeah.
For somebody who's not played it, that's what I was thinking when watching it. I was like, it reminds me so much of Tomb Raider 2 kind of.
Well, like the
PlayStation 1.
first level of Tomb Raider 1 is in the
Mm.
mountains
Yeah,
and
yeah.
stuff, and you're traversing very similar terrain. But to go back to what you were saying on the Nolan trying to play and frustrating, he starts running and shooting, fighting the giant monster.
Yeah.
But he doesn't do that when he fights normal guys.
I know.
Like,
He runs
every-
into
No
the
running
He's
gun.
got 5
No,
guys circling him, and he's like aiming down the sights all over the place. And it's like run and shoot, hip fire, cover fire.
You gotta think.
I feel like
he has gone. He's gotten so much better. Than
Yes.
He has.
He's
He
Mm.
definitely
He's
much
has.
improved so much.
But I wish he
yeah,
would
no, I
just,
agree.
especially when he got the moss, and he was like, "I'm gonna use the shotgun" because Troy says the shotgun's the best, and then he's like slowly aiming at everybody, taking his time, and it's like just run up and pull the trigger. They'll die.
Yeah, it's literally
That's what guns do.
self-explanatory, especially on easy. Like just run
yeah.
up.
That's one of
Run
my
up and
favorite
shoot 'em.
mechanics in Uncharted, and
Oh, okay.
I love doing that. It's just running up to somebody, pulling the trigger, and just blow, they're dead.
I see.
Hi, Kessie here. Wow.
But I would just go back to your point, Dan, is that like I didn't notice Troy trying quote unquote to be funny in the episode and falling on his ass. I didn't notice that at all. I actually thought it was really good banter between himself and Emily. So I would
Yes, the
disagree
banter
with
with
your
him and Emily was good. I'll leave it at that.
Okay.
'Cause Then
Right.
I'll start
What is
getting a
in
bunch of
your
people yelling at me.
The Troy followers are going to come for you. The
Yeah.
Troy stalkers will come
Oh.
for you.
They will.
Oh,
I'll
Yeah,
have a-
man. With pitchforks.
almost music.
Brandy's gonna have a pitch for like,
They're going
what
to
did you say?
swarm Texas and slowly find you. So to each couch. And even when they get there, they're going to be so nice. They're just going to be like, stop it.
They're gonna gently knock on the
You
door like, hi Brandy,
stop it.
hi. Where's Dan?
Yeah. Just
Where's Dan?
stop it, Dan.
Where's he?
I'll be like,
No.
hi, Kessie here. Where's Dan?
Yeah.
Ding dong.
Hi, Kessie will come for you.
Where's Dan?
I don't sound like that. Don't have you know.
I don't speak like this.
What the fuck?
That was
Um,
supposed to sound like nothing and no one at all.
It did. Well done.
It worked.
Objection achieved.
Because I changed accents like 3 times in that little phrase.
In that, like, three. You're so talented, Dan.
Yeah.
Swoon.
Swoon. Yeah, you suck.
I So let's roll into The Last of Us.
Let's roll on to The Last of Us. Let's do it.
Yeah.
They had no guest. I wonder why.
Yay!
No
Look,
guest on
I
The Last
actually
of
thought-
Us. No, I think I know why. I think I know why
Just
they
to
don't
say,
have
like,
one.
just like,
You
hey,
think you
Troy,
know
no,
why?
Kessie here. We love you guys, but we like it when there's not many guests. We love hearing the story.
I was gonna say I think a lot of people in the live chat must have been so happy, like, yay, no guest.
Yeah.
The live chat was hopping.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh my
I wouldn't know
Lord.
because I was not watching in the live chat on that episode,
Okay.
unfortunately.
I will say that, yes, you're correct. A lot of people in the live chat were like, "Oh, there's no guests. That's great." The reason is, and I think we've done this before, is that like we've kind of had these moments where we've talked about the show, like the Uncharted episodes and the Last of Us episodes versus the Retro Replay episodes. The Retro Replay episodes are all about the hang, and it is all about like, let's just get together and play Double Dragon or
Relive.
whatever the hell they're playing, and just chill and hang and like let's learn something about each other. Whereas I think these episodes, Uncharted 2, the definitive playthrough, and The Last of Us, the definitive playthrough, they're different games, and they're kind of bordering on Let's Play, and I'm not gonna lie, that's just what they are, and they don't work as well as a hang episode because Nolan is usually the only person that has not seen the content or heard the content. And with The Last of Us, every piece of information is critical because I just think it adds so much to the world building, the story building, the character arcs. Like it just adds so much. And I love hearing tidbits from Troy about like what happened on set and like the mechanic of how like Ellie and Joel start like really far apart, and then throughout the game, like you'll see that they get closer and closer and closer, and like his attitude is less harsh and cold, and it's turned into softer and a bit more protective. And I really love that kind of stuff. And just small bits like how did the watch break and when did it break? I'm like, yes, feed me that. That's great content, but it doesn't work as well. Sorry, it doesn't work as well when there's guests on and they're having to chats with Nolan and Troy while Nolan is trying to actually experience the game.
Yeah.
That was a long ass way of saying guests don't work as well as as they would on the Retro Replay episodes,
I think
Mm.
the guests
or on
do-
the Uncharted ones.
I don't want to sound mean, but like the guests do work when they're kind of connected with that project that they're playing. I mean, I do like the random ones that they get on. It's like, yeah, cool, but like I'd love to see like a lot of people see Ashley Johnson on the show, and they're gonna get her on, obviously. But when it's somebody like
Absolutely.
like, I love Brian Deckard. Don't get me wrong, I love him bits, but like he's just been playing it as well. I think recently, I don't know, and it was kind of weird because obviously he's just experienced it and no one hasn't, and like what you just said, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
I'll say this though, Kessie. I think that like if it was Troy Baker playing The Last of Us, and he was bringing on guests like Ashley Johnson and Anne Wershing on the show, and you're just going to put them down and sit through it and talk through the story and talk through those sections and bring on Neil Druckmann and talk about that. That's great because both players or both people are actively involved because they know the story, they know how it goes, and they've played the game. So it kind of works better on the Uncharted episodes when there is a guest brought in because nothing new is discovered here. It's more gameplay for Nolan because Nolan has never played the game. He's read the story, he's done the bloody script, but he doesn't know like the gameplay and the functionality and like running around in snow. Like he doesn't know any of that. So that's exciting and fun. But he has no clue about The Last of Us. He might know the gist from Troy and from what he's heard at cons, but he hasn't played The Last of Us and hasn't experienced it. Yeah. Well, of course. But he hasn't gotten any of that other sections. And that's why I think, like, if even though the guests that they bring on are connected with the game, like Anne Wershing was, super interesting to have her on. I loved that guest. That guest choice. I thought it was really good. I agree. But they're talking over content like Nolan is trying to listen to. So I kind of get it.
I would like to say, first of all, we've talked about this on previous episodes of the podcast about how we feel about guests, and that some serve a better purpose than others, especially the ones that had involvement with the game. Those are always good, whether they're an actor or it's like Taylor on Uncharted.
Sure.
Or we know they're eventually going to get Neil Druckmann. I'm sure they're going to get Neil Druckmann on some point.
Yeah.
The people who give you insight and kind of like that behind the studio kind of perspective.
Yeah.
Those are always great. I feel like in this last episode, without the guest, Troy talked a lot and kind of talked over story content and parts where like Joel and Ellie were talking. Not always. There was parts where he pointed out chat, like he pointed out Ellie humming, he pointed out Ellie trying to whistle, and like I don't know how to whistle. But then there's other parts where Joel and Ellie started talking and Troy was talking about something else and he just kept talking over it, and we're like, okay, so we're not going to listen to that bit of dialogue.
Yeah.
I don't think he means to do it. I think
I'm sure he doesn't.
Like, it's like going on tangents. Like he's just trying to finish the story before.
100% agree. He doesn't mean to do it. He's going on a tangent about the content that's on there, but it's distracting because us as the player who have played the games, I don't know about people who haven't played it, but especially we know that these bits are so interesting. Like, and that's what makes The Last of Us so fucking amazing. Is these teeny tiny bits that most people might not even pay attention to. It's the fact that she's trying to fucking whistle. Like, it's so good. Because throughout the rest of the story, does she whistle or does she not? You don't know. And it's
maybe
just like,
she will.
We'll never know.
It's like so good.
What if in part 2 that's a skill she has where you can whistle to distract an enemy? Like,
oh my god, that is! I will lose my mind.
Don't.
It's a plot device that they established in the original game.
And learning to swim as well.
She better.
I'm sure.
I can't. She has to.
But yeah, sorry, Dan. You were going to make a point on that before.
I was going to say, to Nolan's credit, he's trying very hard to absorb everything that's happening in The Last of Us.
100%.
He's been very active in suggestions, saying, "Oh, shouldn't you get that? Shouldn't you go there? Why are you going that way? It would make more sense if you went that way." And like Troy's just doing his thing, just barreling through, and Nolan's straight up like, "What are you doing? Like, why are you doing that? It doesn't make sense.
Why are you running?"
And you know what? Impressively so, because I think Nolan's gamer instincts are now sort of kicking in, and he'd be like, "Oh, what about this? Or why are we doing that? Where do we go from here?" And like, sometimes like when he was directing him, going to the fence. I can't tell you, Dan, how much the live chat kicked off.
Oh, it was going to the fence.
They were going off
that part.
The fence.
I saw the part when everybody was blowing up the fence, the fence, the fence, the fence.
The fence, go to the fence. People just, and then all of a sudden, Nolan's like, "Hey, why don't you go this way?" And everyone was like, "Fuck yeah,
Tables were flipped. Party poppers went up. Fireworks happened.
Like,
hallelujah!
It's also like when they got to the top of the roof and there was the gap and they didn't know how to get across and they were like running in circles for a minute. And Nolan was like, "What about the power junction behind you?" And Troy's like, "Oh, no, you can't do anything with that." And he looks back a couple times. I'm sure the live chat was screaming, like, "Get the board! Get the board!" And it was Nolan who, as he looked back, was like, "Wait, can you get the board?" And he was like, "Oh, yeah." Troy goes, "Thanks, internet." And I'm sure the live chat was exploding at that point.
were like, excuse
That's,
me.
that's one of my favorite bits. Where he's like, I'm sure the internet is screaming like, yes, it is. I can confirm. I'm screaming with them. Get the board.
Hi, this
You
is
know what's
Kessie. Yeah.
interesting though? Sorry, Cal, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna make a joke about Kessie.
Hi, Kessie here. Get the board.
That one,
the
yeah.
board.
I will say, like, in the live chat as well, people were calling out, like, I think Troy does this thing where he's like, come on, internet, help me out. And he's like, okay, I got this. Thanks, internet, right? And it's obviously not live. And people
Right.
in the live chat are like, oh my god, like,
Is it
Troy,
live?
hey, how are you? And like, oh my god, why don't you do this and why don't you do that? Wait, is this live? I don't understand why they're not answering. And we're all like, no, it's pre-recorded. And then they're like, well, then why address us at the internet while they're playing? And I'm like, because crack.
Because they're
Troy's a
wizards.
troll.
For fun.
Troy the troll.
Troy's tag.
Troy's engaging.
Troy's tag gives him magical powers where he can see into the future and see the internet. That's what it
Of
is.
course.
His hair.
Yes.
His hair gives him mental powers.
That's why it's so big, because it's like
like
a
an antenna.
beacon that can
An
pick up
antenna, yeah.
signals. Yeah, it picks up
It's-
signals. I'm making. Hi, Kessie
I'm
here.
talking
Troy,
about my
your
ass.
hair is amazing. I don't know if it does do that. Please,
I'm talking about my ass.
please don't destroy my home.
No, his hair just wiggles when it's going into the future. It just waves back and forth.
It's him receiving messages every time you see the hair like flop. It's him like giving data.
Yes.
It
I
starts
wonder if-
glowing in different colors, losing battery. Like,
I wonder if Troy puts his headphones on first, then gets his hair styled.
around the. Ooh,
That's an
Exactly.
interesting.
I'm not
Because he
asking
doesn't
that. I'm
get
not
his hair
brave
done
enough.
and then puts the headphones on.
I'll ask
No,
him.
I think he has the hair done and puts the headphones on and adjusts it slightly. Only
Cal,
because
I
that's
swear-
exactly what I would do.
Cal, I swear, if you say, hi, Kes here, hey, Troy, your hair, how is it?
I'm saying,
I-
on behalf of Kessie, I'm gonna ask,
No!
how do you put the headphones on without destroying your beautiful hair?
It does. When he
Headphone-
takes the headphones off, you can see the dent it's left
Hi,
in his
Troy.
hair.
I was gonna
On
say,
Kessie's
I've got
behalf.
a dent. Yeah, I was gonna say, I've got a dent in my hair after I've had it started, so I've just got this overarching gap.
Dad's checking his
get the
hair
head-
now, look.
You get the headphone bun, where just get
Yeah,
that
you get
little
the head-
divot in the middle.
Yeah.
It's like
Proper.
you've just had the
They'll,
Grand
they'll never get
Canyons
our
going
hair,
in
it's fine.
Stop flexing, Kessie.
What? What?
Oh, we don't get it in
I'm
our
sorry,
hair. 'cause
if we're talking about perfect hair, look at Pagan's hair, by the way. It's absolutely
Yes.
amazing and on point.
Oh, she just came
What?
back from a replayer meeout.
Look
Sorry.
at
I, played,
Everyone else
I came back from replay meetup. I didn't even straighten
She's
my
like,
hair.
oh,
and
this
that's
whole thing. This
It
I just
looks
woke
straight.
up
Oh
like
my-
this.
this whole
How?
thing. Bitch, please.
Sorry, I'm sorry, that is not natural. Mine looks like it's been dragged through a hedge or something. Yours is just
No.
like, what?
Mine used to be super curly when I was younger, but now it's just this like weird, odd, wavy thing that sort of like hangs, but there's no straightness to it. But there's actual just
It's
bumps,
lovely. What do you
slight
use?
bumps in
Do
my
we
hair.
need to get
Nothing.
Conchata to
Content.
join in on us? Get a little
Oh,
Conchata.
Yeah,
I
we
was-
do, yeah.
I was
love
talking about
Conchata.
Conchata today in the car. I swear to God, on the, Conchata, if you're listening, I was talking today about you
Shout
today
out to
in the
Conchata.
car on the way home.
Hey there, Kessie here. We love you.
And I was like, one day, I swear, I want my hair cut and colored by Conchata.
I think all the
she is
replays
such
should go to her and
talented-
get like a line.
There's
You
going to
can
be
absolutely.
a replayer meetup with Conchata to do everybody's
Yeah.
hair.
Yeah,
yeah,
you just got.
she's such a
got Conch-
talented hairdresser, and like, damn girl,
Yeah.
she
You got
has got
Conchata.
style.
You about to make
Yeah.
bank,
Oh.
girl.
Was that Cal?
Mhm.
I was gonna say, Conchata's got your hair covered. Sophie's got your makeup covered.
Yep. Sophie, my little sister.
Perfect.
Pagan, did you
Just
see what my sister? Oh, you weren't there for the first day, were you, at Manchester?
No.
She brought this massive rucksack, and I thought it was full of snacks. No, it's just full of makeup. All
Wow.
day, and outside the theatre door, she was doing people's makeup before they had to go have their photo ops. It was really cute.
It's really sweet.
Aw.
No, she was.
Yeah.
I've seen photos of Sophie in Discord, and her makeup is always on point.
Hey, Kessie here.
Damn.
Sophie, if you're listening, can I have my charger for my phone, please? Because I really kind of need it now. Like, you've had it for a few days. Just,
I thought it was gonna be like
Good.
makeup related. Like,
no,
can
she's
you
good.
start
No,
directing? Thanks.
Kessie, I'm going to
No,
let you know
um,
now.
you
I'm
good.
totally making a soundbite out of you saying Kessie here.
Please
Yes.
do.
Oh, it's 100%.
Yes. 100%.
100%.
90% remaining.
But Last of Us content. I didn't see a lot of it. My computer screen is not that great with dark images, and a lot of people
Oh.
were
Yeah.
not having the same issue, but like a lot of people were like, "Oh, I can see fine," and I was like, "Damn it, it's just my computer." So I didn't see a lot of it, but it's like swimming part.
They were in a very dark part. It was the first time they had the pallet floating in the water mechanic,
Right.
where he had to get the pallet for Ellie to jump on and get across the gap.
Mm. Where did they end?
Kessie, you're mute. We don't hear you. Can see you, but don't hear you.
Kessie's broken everything.
No.
I've been trying for ages. Can
There
you
you
hear me? Hello?
Kessie's
Hello?
broken.
Okay. And the wire came out like a little bit. To hold it, but yeah, Drew did say that when they were recording the gameplay, that it was fine. Them recording
You're
it,
right.
but they're converting it over to use it as a video. All the darkness just went really crappy. So,
It's actually when they are doing it as a live. When they're premiering it live, it compresses. But when you go back and watch it later, it should be in like HD. So
pagan
yeah.
tips.
So
That being said, I did rewatch the episode earlier today on my big TV, and it didn't seem too bad. I was able to see for the most part, but it was still pretty dark.
yeah,
For
I'm
me,
gonna have
it
to
was
watch it on the
dark for
television.
me. Yeah, for me it was dark, but then again, I've just recently played it, so I can it's still fresh in my memory from playing it myself.
Yeah,
it's like I should
So
be able
you
to see some
visualize
bits
it
here.
more than anything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I should be seeing
I
more
was doing
here and
that.
here.
I was doing that because it's on my computer and you're typing for the live chat, so my computer screen's not great. So it doesn't do well with like color balance and stuff. So
Just crank up the
I was
brightness.
just visualizing it because I had known the part that they were playing. But yeah, decent episode, and like you said, decent content without a guest. Just gives Nolan time to absorb. But I think
Oliver Twist. More, please.
I think Nolan pointed out that they were. You could hear them shoot Tess. Like you can hear her die.
Oh, in the beginning?
See her die. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Troy was talking over it, and we were like she's dying
I
here.
was
Just sacrificing herself for
I
you.
was
Shush.
crying my eyes out at that bit. I was like, wait, what? She's such a badass. And then they kind
So
of
good.
Tess, you okay there? You
Tess,
Tess?
how are you?
I'm like, oh my god, don't
You okay,
do
Tess?
this. To be
Oh,
fair,
man.
my mum actually watched that and she was very confused. Like, are they saying Kess or Tess? I'm really confused.
Are they talking about you, Kessie?
Kessie, is
Then
it
you
you
crack
again? You...
down.
Like, no. They're not over here, mother. It's all right. I don't talk like that to my mum. I swear. Oh, mother. Hello, mother. Would you like a cup of tea? Is it me? Who's talking?
Oh, God.
Oh my god. They've gone
Audio
off the
listeners
rails.
will have
now.
no idea.
Come back later.
Just go.
Do it. Just move on. Well, we can't move on without mentioning the fact that Troy left it at a really awesome spot of the game for Nolan to start playing next week.
Oh,
Yes.
Alright.
And I say awesome because that part's the best.
Oh.
Waiting for all the disagreement.
Sad.
Yeah, high five, high five, high five, high five. Stop looking, I'm like slapping Pagan more.
Wait for
Yeah,
it.
that's actually what it looks like on my screen. It looks like you smack him in the head. I think that's kind of mean. This
What
part
is?
is really difficult, especially for
Oh, leaving
a
Nolan
new
to do that
gamer.
part.
And you just like, yeah, here you go.
Yeah.
I played all the relatively okay bits, but here you go. Why don't you hang upside down for a little bit and see how that goes? And you're like, this is a hard bit, and it took me a
Especially
while.
because Nolan hasn't played any parts of the game where you actually shoot yet.
Yeah, he only
And the shooting
played
is
no idea about
Pagan.
Not the
mechanics
same as
yeah.
Uncharted.
No.
It's close,
Mhm.
but it's not the same. And he's
And
gonna be
no one's now
upside
going to
down.
start learning to conserve ammo,
Yeah.
Oh.
blind fire, and everything.
At
So
least he's not playing grounded. That's all I'm gonna say. That's
Oh.
yeah, you'd have like 3 bullets. I will say though, one of the funniest moments, or one of my favorite moments in that episode, was Troy's excitement about a new weapon coming in, and he was like, "Oh, here we go! Here's a new
Yeah.
weapon! I'm so excited!" And then he like has 3 arrows, and he misses 3 times.
All
That was
three.
the
Whiff.
funniest fucking thing I saw on that episode. I died. Oh my god, that was so funny. He was, like, trying
Why,
it
Baker,
so
why?
hard, and you're like,
I
Troy, stop! Like you're.
yeah.
And then he's like, "Did you see that?" And I'm like, "Yeah, you fucking missed." like
Yeah.
There
was
of
someone-
course I saw that. Fucking aim like lower. Try and like instead of aiming for a headshot, just fucking aim at him. Like, jeez,
Ahead.
they
Go ahead, Cal.
move.
Get cocky.
Yeah, they did. I actually remember. I can't. Who was it on Twitter? I think it was Keela or something. I can't pronounce the name properly.
Oh.
She actually
Was it Kelly?
zoomed in. No, not Kelly. Maybe. I think it might be Kelly.
Kellieh.
Yes,
Shout
Her
out
name
Kelly.
is Kelly.
I think that's how you spell it. She actually
Yeah.
zoomed in on that video to see every single miss shot by an inch.
I just think it's
And
Here's
I
the
was
thing.
like, oh.
Troy was like, "Did you see what? What the fuck?" Like he didn't pull the bowstring all the way back.
I
He's
know.
like, "Whoop, poink,
Oh,
whoop, poink."
Ah,
Someone who's actually pulled a bow, like you really need to do that, or else she's
Yeah,
going
you
It's
have to pull it all the way
nowhere.
back.
It's
the,
fun.
the actual the actual arrow, the bow and arrow mechanic in that game is fairly difficult.
It is.
Mhm.
But I just thought it was so funny because he was hyping it up and he was so excited.
He's like,
And then he
"Oh,
missed 3 times. I got so frustrated. I was like, "Did you see that? Like a stupid game?" And you're like, "No, Troy, that was all you, buddy. Like you're just shit at aiming with the
Yeah.
bow. Sorry, buddy. Just
it's
practice."
a Y Baker moment.
Oh,
It is a
Lord.
why Baker.
Why Baker?
Why Baker?
Why, Baker? Why?
Kessie
No,
here.
Troy, again.
Troy,
Okay.
why Baker? Why?"
Why Baker? Why?
Just wanted to say that the views reflected in this podcast are not actually the reviews of how we view you as a whole, Troy. It's just for this one particular episode and that one particular moment where you were shit with a bow. Sorry.
Your hair looks like an onion.
Oh.
I didn't say that. That was Kessie.
Hi, Kessie.
Right.
here.
Great.
No, don't you
And the build up to like being in Bill's town
Such a good level
Sick.
as well.
with the,
Yeah.
I love it.
booby traps and everything. Great, really, really
It
good.
will be
I'm-
very
I'm really
exciting when we finally
Did
get to
anybody
Bill.
else? Yeah, did
Yes.
anyone have
Yeah.
that trouble where Ellie would set off some of the traps by just walking through them? Like you'd be crouching, like being all stealth, and then Ellie's like, "Screw it," through them all.
No, I never did that. No.
I
never
remember
had
you
that- never had
talking
that
about
issue.
that, but I never had
Never
that
had
problem.
issue.
I will say, last week
it's-
on the show, I was talking about myself running into similar issues that Troy had. I felt like the PS4 version of the game is a little glitchy. So maybe that's what you
Yeah.
had.
Wasn't there a glitch that I think Janine told me about where it's like I think through like a fence there's like a gun or something on the floor and if you pick it up like do something weird with it you can get unlimited ammo or something. I don't know.
I haven't heard of that.
Janine,
No, me neither. I
help!
haven't heard that.
Janine, where are you? Where's Janine?
Summon Janine!
I'm
Just
looking for
summon her
Janine!
like she's Beetlejuice. Jesus,
Janine!
that would
Here he
be
is.
understandable.
Hi, Kessie here. Janine, help! Help me!
Janine.
I need you. Janine.
Janine.
We all need a Janine.
Ja.
We all need a J9 in our life.
Agree. Again, just spent the weekend with her. Sick lady.
Beautiful.
Same
So
with
jealous.
Scotty Panda. We met Robbie Nate for the first time as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really good.
Wow.
It was a really nice weekend. Man, so good. We did VR on Saturday.
I
And then we
did
went
see
like then we got home, got back to the hotel, bought a whole bunch of like alcohol and hooked up crash stream racing.
Nice.
Like, it was
who
the
won?
best.
I didn't know who won. Who won?
There's nothing like drunk
Mostly
any kart racer.
Emily.
Mario Kart, Crash Team
Yeah, my girl.
And-
Yes.
In VR, Emily won. Emily won VR. She had the most. She had the highest kills with the lowest deaths, but I had
She's
the
a
highest
boss.
kills. So
She's
I had
badass.
227 kills, and Emily had 215 kills, but she had died 5 times, and I had died 7.
What game?
Now, what
So-
game is this?
Singularity. It was a game I think specifically made for zero latency in Dublin. Shout out to zero latency.
Mm.
Really good. 30-minute section. Brilliant. Brilliant game set in space on a spaceship with like however many players you want. I think it's 4 to 6 or something like that. And
Is it
then
one of those
Wow.
open
Yeah.
room VR games where you're like
Yeah.
in a space with other people and you're all wearing VR headsets? Those
Oh,
look super
wow.
cool.
yes, but we were the last to go, so it was just us.
Nice.
It was just us. I think there's 4 of us. No, 5 of us. Sorry, 5 of us.
I might have sent me that game. I need to find that. That sounds
Yeah, it was really, really good. It was great crack. And like I said, then afterwards we just went back to the hotel, crash team racing, and then finished it
that
off
crack.
with Father Ted. Love that crack. Title of your sex tape.
Oh,
Whose sex tape?
Yours.
Oh,
You
okay.
said it.
Because yours for Pornhub is the one that starts with step husband.
No,
Step-husband.
step husband. That's terrible. Oh God, no,
Adam's
absolutely not.
suggestion.
No.
Oh no.
Adam is a weirdo. I don't know who he is. You talking about Steve, the paid actor?
I was to say your paid actor friend. You forgot his name already.
Steve.
It's Jeff. It's Jeff.
Jeff.
GF.
Yeah, great episode. Really good. I think it's really shit that they left it to Nolan now to play the sex section. I think,
it's gonna be so
like,
good.
I don't know.
What did you say? Say sex section?
No.
What? I'm sure you did.
I don't know what's wrong with Kessie.
Wow, Kessie.
Hi
you
there,
need to
Kessie
calm
has not
your
got a filthy mind.
Wow, Kessie, you've changed.
We were talking about sex ages ago. We've moved on since then.
We have moved on.
Right.
Genuinely really good
Yeah.
episode.
Rip.
Cal, what did you think of the episode?
I actually enjoyed it. It was nice that it was just quiet in a way. It was just the both of them. Like you say, I love the guests, but I like it when the guests have relevance. Like not just there for the sake of being there. Like I say, I love Brian Deckard as well. I think he's a fantastic human, and more people should be like him. But
Great.
he kind of didn't feel like he should be there. Plus, that chat went mental because you got both communities meshing together. It was just like just everywhere. Just like
It was like the
Brian's
biggest
here, Brian's
crossover. Like,
I have to agree.
Yeah, but I like that.
yeah,
I
they were
did
awesome.
say in the podcast
Yeah, they were awesome.
a few weeks ago, I mentioned that I thought Brian Deckard did not bring a lot to that episode.
yeah, like looks. Go ahead.
Sorry,
please.
go ahead, Cal.
No, I was just gonna say, like, I love the communities, but I think it just wasn't the right episode to be together.
I think I really liked that the communities came together, because I think the Connor Army and the Deckard community, like the Deckard Games community, is an extremely
really
loving
nice.
and very supportive community.
Yes.
It's very on a par with what Retro Replay's community is, and I think like the what's your favorite word, Dan? The conglomeration of that of those two communities. Isn't that your new favorite word?
Conglomeration.
Isn't that what you
slow
said?
hair to
Is
like,
that the word?
When did I say that?
I feel like you've used that twice in the last episode. You
might
used
have.
it twice. So that the mixing of two communities.
Teamwork makes
was
the dream work.
absolutely lovely. It
Can I
was
say
really nice to
something
see them
else?
on there. So I understand what you're saying about like it doesn't almost feel right that he was there. But I would kind of disagree. I think it was really nice that he was there. I think it was really nice that like the community was there to support him in the live chat.
conglomeration makes sense. He and his commentary didn't add
Yes.
much. I get what you're saying, Pagan, completely.
No.
I understand that.
I get it, but
I'm going
I
off
think
of what Cal was saying as a guest.
I think
Yeah.
it's though because like genuinely, I think Brian is super interested in that in the game. Is a big fan.
He
Yeah.
really
And
is.
and
He really
genuinely
is.
wanted Nolan to experience the game. So I really think that he was just in awe of the fact that he's sitting next to Joel playing fucking Joel in the
Doing
game.
his
And I think he's
taxes.
just a bit like, oh my god, this is really cool. And like not nerding out, freaking out a little bit, but I think like just like, okay, well, I would really like Nolan to sort of experience this and experience this
Yeah.
section. But I would understand that he was not the most entertaining guest, but I don't think that's any fault of his own. I think he's just really intrigued by the actual gameplay.
Yeah.
But yeah, nice to have
Fair
a break, I guess. You said
Yeah.
that you had a theory, Dan, earlier. You said that you had a theory
why
about
they
why
didn't
they
have a
didn't have a guest. Yeah.
Right. I believe it was because they were in a strong exploratory section of the game. There was
Okay.
very little happening story-wise.
Mhm.
They were between Tess dying, spoiler alert, and getting to Bill's town. If you watch the
Yeah.
episode, you know what happened. Fuck off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
in that section,
Don't at me,
Aggressive.
Twitter.
Hey
They
there,
spent
Twitter. Kessie here. Don't
25
at
to
him.
30 minutes walking around the town looking for the combination to the safe,
Yeah.
which I'm sure they
Yeah.
couldn't have predicted, but that is a very long section of just exploring. Very little dialogue, very little story. Makes sense that they don't have a guest. If they bring in a guest for the next episode, when they meet Bill, and more story happens, that makes sense to me.
They actually bring Bill in.
That would be great.
Yeah.
I would like to see that.
I would like to see that. But again, I think like when you have a guest talking over a story, you're like, please no, Nolan is trying to absorb the information.
But
Please
that's how they're
no.
doing it. That's how they're
Yeah.
I know. I know. Do you know what? And it's not so bad because I think like there's subtitles on and Nolan can actually follow what's going on and he's
Yeah.
following what
Yeah.
they're saying as well. So it is really interesting, and it's a good I don't know, it's a look, it's a good fucking show. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't. So
Nope.
like
Yeah.
we're all still
Pagan's gonna
enjoying
fight some people. Oh my god!
it. I'm gonna
Pagan's
fight
like-
for it. I'm fighting
This
for
is
it.
why we're here.
This is why
Fight
we're
me!
here because it's
Hi
good.
there, Kessie here.
Yes.
Fight me!
Yeah.
I'm
Twitter,
not
don't fight.
shitting on it. I just got to give harsh criticism so Drew knows what to do. Right?
With a soup.
Well, yeah.
We'll get you to the
No,
soup.
Drew, you're doing a great job. We love you.
Anyways, we've been talking about this for a while, and we still didn't talk about the Christmas episode. And I could probably talk for hours just about Die Hard, even though Die Hard was not the premise of this episode.
Mentioned
Sure.
it.
I love Die Hard too, a lot like Shuroi. Anyways, the regular episode of Retro Replay, the guys started their Christmas special, part 1.
Yeah.
So we're going to get another one. I'm assuming... Well, let's start...
I thought you could flash. Oh my god.
Not that kind of show, Kessie.
So they did play
Wait,
a
Cal, were you
Christmas
just doing-
game
Sorry.
of Home
Sorry.
Alone, which is obviously a classic Christmas movie. We all know, I assume. You guys know what Home Alone is? Anyone?
Yeah, it's,
No, I never
it's
heard of
Die
it.
Hard for kids.
Exactly. That's
Yep.
why we had it.
It's Star's favorite movie.
It actually is.
Is it? Oh.
Yeah.
Star's favorite movie.
Oh,
It's my
Star's
dad's
favorite
favorite
movie.
movie. My dad loves
I-
Daniel Stern and his scream.
I hadn't watched that film until about 3 years ago.
really?
You hadn't seen it until
Yeah.
3 years ago?
Wow.
Yeah, the full thing. Because me on like the television when I was a kid growing up, but I would never watch it as a present. But when, like a few years ago, I was like, oh, it's actually really fun. I liked it.
Did you watch The
It's a-
Christmas
it's
Story
a
when you were
film.
growing up?
What now?
Did you watch The Christmas Story when you were growing up?
What? What?
What's the Christmas story?
You
Yeah,
know
we're
The
confused.
Christmas Story?
You don't know the
What's
film?
the Christmas story?
Cal, do you know?
Or like, is it just a
Yes,
UK?
Okay, Cal
Oh,
knows.
you do
Yeah.
know?
A Christmas
think I see.
Story was one of many Christmas movies. I can't remember the kid's name. I don't know if he's still going, but it was
Ralphie.
a blonde kid, Ralphie.
Like,
Yeah, he had the big blonde hair and he had big chunky black
Big.
glasses on.
Block bottle glasses. The Christmas Story is one of the most famous Christmas movies, I would say, in America at least. I was starting to lean towards maybe it's an American thing since you guys haven't heard of it, but Cal has. But it's the story of a young kid growing up in the 50s who wants a BB gun for Christmas. And he goes to the Santa Claus at the mall and asks the Santa Claus for a BB gun. And the
Okay.
Santa Claus is like, "You'll shoot your eye out, kid." And everyone who he talks to says, "You're going to shoot your eye out, kid." And
does he?
there's all these crazy antics and stories and everything.
Your
Don't at me.
face.
Don't correct me about all the nonsense of the Christmas Story. I know there's going to be nut jobs out there about it.
I've never seen it.
Oh my god, it's on
So,
TV
hold on. I'm
constantly
invested. What's
from
it?
December 1st to December 31st. That movie's playing 24 hours 7.
I mean, it says you can rent it on like
24/7.
net. So, like,
Anyways, I was
I'm
going to
not
say
like-
that Home Alone plays constantly.
yeah,
Yep.
Wait,
that and the
you can't just
Gremlins.
leave it there. Does he shoot his eye out, or what's
He
that?
does.
He even get a-
Really? Oh,
It's a
I
whole
wanna
joke at the
watch
end of the movie. He
I'm
gets the
sorry.
BB gun, he goes to shoot
shoots
it,
in his eye.
and it ricochets and hits him in the glasses. And he's like, "Oh God,
Credits.
no! They were right. They were right."
Oh,
my
did I
God.
listen to them?
I'd
Go
Right,
watch
I'm gonna
that
have to watch
movie.
that movie.
Wow,
Yeah,
I need to watch
it's worth
that.
Agree. Home Alone is also on all the time, and I absolutely love it. What a great film! But I would agree with what happened in the episode where, like, Troy and Nolan were like, "If that guy spoke to my kid that way, I would fucking kill him."
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
I am the
we're all
same. I don't even
agreeing
have
with
kids, and I'm like, "You speak to that kid like that again?" And I swear to God, oh,
I'm gonna acknowledge that Cal said 100%.
that. Yeah, he did.
Yeah, 100%. I'd be like that. I'd be like, you speak of that again, I'm gonna end you.
I have to not. Is that
That's
when,
it.
when you're out and about? and you
Wait,
hear
wait! I have something
kids like
for
that,
this. Hang
you
on.
Kind of like,
oh, sorry. Oh,
Keep talking.
no, because you're gonna. I'm
Kidding.
scared too.
Christmas, elves.
just scroll faster, Dan.
Hi there,
Jeez.
Kessie here. We're on hold because Dan's trying to find something, and
Play some hold music like
I heard something.
He's
Do,
home.
do, 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 do. Shame is the night. It's so
You guys can vamp better than this. Come on.
back with the zombies.
Zombies.
We won't let
him. And I'm naked.
We were
I guess singing is how you vamp.
we were playing Double Dragon today, and myself and Tina and myself and Janine were playing it, and it is class. And then we went on to Ghosts and Goblins. Is that what it's called? Ghosts and Goblins with Seamus and Lane. Man, that whole time, myself and Tina were like, "Is Seamus in that?" And that fucking game is so hard. We couldn't even get past the fucking.
It is a really hard game.
Oh,
But it's
And
fun.
you-
You beat it.
And fun fact about that game, you have to play it a second time to get the
Yeah,
proper ending.
And it's harder because when you
Yeah.
spoiler alert, when you beat the game, it's like okay, you can
Pagan's
actually
face
beat it
right
this
now.
time, and you
Pagan
can zap
face
back to
and-
the beginning.
Yeah.
You have to go through all that trouble again.
shit.
It was the hardest
But
Capcom
you
game.
you win it. You get your girlfriend back at the
imagine-
end.
Can you imagine stressing so hard, feeling the relief of that victory when you're like, "Yes, I passed the game," and they're like, "Nah, you guys."
I
They
did.
essentially
Haha.
pull, they
What?
essentially pull like
That
your
was like
princess
playing-
in another castle. That's what they do. They pull.
Do you remember playing the Prince of Persia game? The
Which one?
the updated one. Like I don't know what year it was, but like the updated one where you're
Like
basically
the
flying
PlayStation 2 one.
Yes.
Yes.
and you're like going and you're like releasing everything, and at the fucking end of the game, they're like, "Oh, by the way, you gotta undo everything you just did," and you're like,
Yeah.
"I'm sorry, what
What?
now? What now?
I-
You just made me do
Try
all
again.
that shit.
You
Now I
done
gotta
fucked
go
up.
back and undo
I
it."
hate that in games. It's like it was all a dream. It's like no, I lived it. It's not a dream.
The only time that mechanic, this whole like you go through a journey to get somewhere and then you have to go all the way back, the only time that mechanic has ever worked that I have seen is in Mad Max with Tom Hardy and Charlize Theron.
Yeah.
The film. That
Right.
film
I love that
mechanic,
movie.
the story mechanic
Yeah.
is the best thing I've ever seen because someone was like, "So, did you go see it?" I'm like, "Yeah." And they're like, "What's it about?" I'm like, "Well, it's basically a racing movie."
I would
or
argue that
drive-
movie is one of the best action movies ever made.
Yep.
100% agree.
Yep. I really liked it.
100% agree. It's very well made. The stunts on that are amazing. The visuals are amazing. Costumes are amazing. It's a very long tangent, but
Home
yeah.
Alone.
Yeah,
But
we were
hold
talking
on.
about the guy yelling at Kevin, calling him a little jerk, and then
I
Cal said,
fucking-
What did
sorry,
you
I'm
say, Cal?
swearing.
I say I will end you if you talk like that again.
I will look for you. I will find you.
And
And I will kill you.
"Boom, there we go."
You
Yeah.
found it.
I did.
I'd love to do that line, but I'm not Irish enough for it.
Go for it anyways. Do it in your own voice.
Yeah, do it. Try it.
Yeah.
I will find you, and I will kill you.
That's really
I
weird.
got some chills.
It is,
I
yeah.
got really creeped out. Oh god.
Yeah.
Yeah, but basically, Kevin McAllister has bad parents.
Very bad parents.
Yeah.
Forgot he was
I mean, they've had
there.
like two. They had two
They
episodes.
left
two
him
films
home alone.
on two
I can
occasions.
Insert
I didn't even
title.
check about the second film. I don't know if they're gonna do that next week, but yeah.
Anyways, they did hint at they're gonna do an episode part 2 of their Christmas
Yeah,
special.
It's part
And
one.
they-
part two.
They said, guess what's gonna be next? They said
Yes.
it's a sequel. So I'm thinking one of two things. They're either gonna play Home Alone 2,
Or
which you would think, or they're gonna play Die Hard 2.
Die
Die
Hard
Hard. Because if
too.
you remember the trilogy, it was trilogy.
Yeah, the trilogy had 1, 2, and
Yeah.
3. But last year they
Yeah.
only played 1.
yes,
I'm
I agree. I
hoping
think they're
that-
gonna do Die Hard
hoping.
too.
And I had the
I
Die Hard
want-
trilogy, and that game was awesome. It's terrible, but it's awesome.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
So it'll be
I
interesting.
am.
I'll be really
I
happy
need
if
to
they
see
play Die
Troy
Hard 2 because it's
fanboying
kind of like
over
a
Die Hard.
fake light gun game where you
Oh.
move the cursor around on the screen using the D-pad on the PlayStation controller, which is terrible.
Get the light gun instead. That's much.
But it doesn't support
Mm.
light gun. The game wasn't
Oh.
No,
made
Yeah.
for
you
light
can
guns.
you can get a weird screen where you can
Can't hear
actually
you,
use
Kes.
light guns. Yes.
You
What?
cut
What?
out.
I don't cut now. Hello. Yeah, but
Gotcha.
you can get like a screen which you actually will actually work light gun. It works.
You're like cutting out every second sentence, so I'm really invested in your facial expressions and what you're saying in the sentence. but
Can you hear
You
me?
hear all of your cursing, by the way.
Yeah, pretty great.
Do you want me
Hi
to
there,
talk?
Kessie
You're
here.
doing the wrong way.
But yeah, you
Yeah.
can get. You hear me now. You. Oh my good lord. Am I
No, you're good. We hear you. We're just messing with
Okay,
you now.
you can get a cover for your screen. I think you can still get it, and you can actually use it for like perfect.
Oh, that's cool.
I know this because I've been after one myself, because a lot of PlayStation 2 games that have light gun, I can't be doing with the analog sticks. Nope.
Oh, stop! I know.
I need to play Time Crisis. I need it.
I do. Yeah, Time Crisis is where it's at. That's like the best light gun game ever made.
Yes.
I'm alone.
Anyways, the plot of Home Alone, for the video game at least, there were multiple versions of the game. Each featured a slightly different style of gameplay, but all of them shared the same plot and roughly the same objective. You play as Kevin McAllister, blah, 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 is left home alone when his family goes on vacation because his parents suck. He must prevent Harry and Marv, the wet bandits, from burgling his home and others. Using traps and weapons. Each version of the game has an example of the trap them genre, which I didn't know was a thing. Examples of those are Hi Kyo Alien, Space Panic, and Load Runner, which I haven't played any of those games. I never played Home Alone either.
None of them. I did.
Okay.
A long time ago, and it sucked.
Which one did you play? Space Panic?
No. Home Alone.
Oh, you did play Home Alone.
I
It looked
hated it.
pretty bad.
I hated it. It's like, I'm going back to Sonic, and take it out.
It did seem, based on what I read about the game, it sounded like you're supposed to go in the houses, and then it would go into like a 2D platformer where you're running side to side.
Yeah.
And they never did that. They never
They're
left
just
that.
trying to get rid of by the car over
They
and
never
over.
never left the
That's what it hurts.
overworld screen. So they didn't even get to like the core game mechanics.
To be fair, I was there watching and thinking,
Strange.
how do you get in the houses again? I'm trying to figure it out. Did you press this? Was it a combination? Did you get off the sled? Did you do that? I couldn't remember it myself, and I'm like,
I would
ah!
imagine you go up to the house and you probably press a button.
They
and it
were.
would-
That thing is, they were going up to the house, but I don't think they were button thing.
That, or it did seem like they were having some connection issues because there was a point where a controller held up the controller and Kevin was just cruising.
He was
So maybe they
secretly
had
hoping
some
they see
input
me
issues.
rolling.
Duet, Kessie, Cal, go.
No,
No.
not until
I
next year.
both you were like, no.
No, not
You
until
guys
next
were
year.
both just singing. I just asked you to do it again.
No.
You're not my dad. So you're looking at me like, what?
point.
No, I don't think so.
No, thank you.
Anyways, that was a fun episode. We got a lot of good recollections of old stories.
Mm.
Like
Yes.
Troy was talking about
Yeah.
what he does for
Collections.
Christmas. Close enough.
Yep.
And he reshared some of the stories about Christmas and how his family did it. Got a little bit of Nolan's side of that, talking about like how they did Christmas with his kids, which I really love when Nolan talks about how he does Christmas with his kids, especially
Yeah.
last year's. I love the Die Hard Christmas special from last year. I have said it multiple times. It's my favorite episode of the show. And we got a lot of new Die Hard quotes again. Well, Troy quoting Die Hard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, in this episode as well. It was really great. But Adam and I just watched the Die Hard episode again recently. So it was really fun going back to this episode now. And I was like, this is cool. We've come full circle. Like, it's just Die Hard. Christmas equals Die Hard, basically. And Nolan was wearing a Nakatomi Corporation t-shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was saying, like, not Christmas, like, Die Hard isn't a Christmas movie and all this kind of stuff, and going on again about that whole tangent. And I'm like, firstly, yes, it is. And secondly, why are you wearing a Nakatomi Corporation on a Christmas episode special if you don't think it's a Christmas movie? No.
Oh,
I just
boy.
remembered something.
Oh.
Make me do this. I'm going to say it on the podcast so other people can yell at me. There is a Die Hard game that came out for PC called Nakatomi Plaza. It's a first-person shooter. It accurately captures the story of the game. You start in Howley's office, you go into the ducks, and you play out all the scenarios of the game. And that was one of Troy's biggest complaint when they played Die Hard 1. He's like, "You're not starting in the Howley's office. You're in the basement. This doesn't make sense." And I thought I should get them that game.
Yes.
I will try to
Do
get
it.
them that game.
Yes, that would be great.
Do
That would be such a
it!
good
Like
idea.
the proper Die Hard.
They'd
It
freak
was
out.
actually really fun too.
That
Totally
game
do
looked really difficult to play, though. The one that they were playing back at the Die Hard day. But anyway, this is the
Die
Home Alone
Hard game.
episode. So either game looks really. This Home Alone game sounds terrible. I'm not gonna lie.
It's horrible.
I wouldn't have picked that up. I would not have picked that up. Even if I loved the video so much, I would be like, I I gonna play this game? Probably not.
Did somebody suggest that to them?
Drew.
Did somebody
Maybe.
tell them you guys
I
gotta
bet
play Home
Drew.
Alone?
Drew?
We're looking
No, I
at
don't know.
Drew. Was it you?
I don't know. I
Well,
presume they're trying to keep everything Christmas centered. So I'd say
Yeah.
True.
if they do next year, can they do the Grinch? Oh, that
Oh.
PlayStation game was
A
class.
PlayStation 1 Grinch game?
Yes,
I
loved it.
remember that.
Try to think of any.
Oh, have you never played it?
I didn't play that.
It
no.
was class. You
seen
would
it.
have to go up to several, like you have achievements to do and stuff like that. So you'd have to like graffiti posters. You'd have to belch in someone's face and they would pass out. You'd have to wrap presents incorrectly and all this kind of stuff. And it was such a fun game. I really
The
enjoyed
point of
it.
the
my
game is to go
life.
around ruining Christmas.
I was about to say that.
Yes, the point of the game is to go and ruin Christmas. It's really good. I really enjoyed it. The fun game. Drew, level 3.
Yeah, please,
Suggestion
Drew.
level 3.
Please, Drew.
What
Yeah.
about South Park for the 64?
Oh.
Yes.
Ooh.
I
mean,
would
the
love
game
to
wasn't
see them play
necessarily
any South Park
Christmas
game.
focused, but there were Christmas elements in a few levels, and they were fighting
Yes.
like the Christmas gnomes or elves in a couple of parts. And you could pee on a snowball and throw it in each other's face. So
Oh, yes.
No!
I think I would be really happy for them to play any South Park episode or any South
Yes.
Park game. I think
They
that would be
put
great.
the
I'd
South
love to see
Park
that.
Chef's Love Shack, which is a trivia game. That was
Okay.
awesome.
Yeah.
Or the newest, not the newest one, but like the semi-new one,
Stick
which
of
was
Truth.
Fractured But Whole.
Fractured Butthole is the newest one.
Fractured But Whole.
Yeah, because it was the Stick of Truth was first.
the
Yes.
title alone.
Those
Yes.
titles, the US titles for the there was we got like Ratchet and Clank 2 and they got Ratchet and Clank Up Your Arsenal.
You
And then
sure
there was,
did.
there was different titles for the games. They
I
had to
love
change
the,
them.
Yeah.
the original titles for Ratchet and Clank. There was Up Your Arsenal, Going Commando. What were the
Hunt
newer
for
ones?
Booty.
There was Into the Next, but it was like
was that,
it
Cal?
was like 4-way or something.
Hunt for Booty or something.
That was it.
Oh,
yeah.
right. The Quest for Booty, I think.
Yep.
That was a DLC expansion for the PS3 game. And I'm
There
hoping they
was-
bring Ratchet and Clank back and they resume that naming convention.
I really did. We didn't get them, but like I'd love that.
They were always fun play on words.
Mm.
Pagans glossed over.
I got a notification on my computer, so I had to like dismiss it so it wouldn't distract.
So she
Stop
looked at her
lying.
like, "I'm going to dismiss you with my stare."
I'm going to dismiss you.
I will end you.
Man, I'm not gonna lie. Like I just
will
like
find
I
you and I will kill you.
it's been
I will
it's
dismiss
been a
you.
weekend.
I will dismiss you.
That's like something a teacher would say. I will dismiss you.
I have a certain set of skills. I will dismiss you.
I mean, I do have something interesting
Yeah.
that is
Hello?
kind of related to the theme of
Presents.
the podcast.
Oh,
The theme of the episode was
Pagan Adam
obviously
got
like,
presents.
burglary and Christmas. And we were obviously recently burgled, which is very sad, and they took all of our shit. We were discussing this with somebody recently, and we were just like, this just makes no sense. And, you know, they were just like, they just saw the PlayStation cover. They probably didn't even see they were assigned. They just took
Yeah.
PlayStation cover and, like, swooshed it all into a bag, and that's just what they left with. And they probably got home, were like, oh, there's writing on this, and they just
They
chucked it.
probably threw the cases
my
away and
name's
dispensed the
Dave.
disc
That's
for,
not
like,
pagan.
$4.
Legit, and they were all personalized. Every single one of them
Yeah.
had a name on it, either myself or Adam. So that was just like devastating, because they're just gonna chuck it away. But we did get some lovely little presents in the post from the community, from Retro Replay.
Hang on.
Can I see this?
Shiny.
So obviously this is the Uncharted 4 present from Nolan North, and this is Pagan,
is-
Sick Harvest Magna, and then Troy Baker and Nolan North have both signed The Last of Us Remastered. So
That is
I'm super
amazing.
happy to get back into these games now, because I was actually in the middle of playing The Last of Us Remastered before it was stolen, and the Uncharted 4 I had just cleared Uncharted 2 and 3. I think I'm in the middle of 3 in my Uncharted collection, which I will still need to repurchase, but this one is coming up very soon. So I'll be hopefully playing some of these, maybe even streaming them as well. So it was really nice.
You
of the guys.
know what you need to do with that Uncharted, The Last of Us You need to come to London and get Ashley Johnson to sign it. She's gonna be there. Yeah, she's gonna be there.
Man. But before we move on from this, I just want to say a quick thank you again to Drew, Nolan, Troy, and PJ for sending that out. And it was a really, really nice thing for you to do. And myself and Adam are over the moon and beyond.
It's a super awesome thing for those guys to do. Like,
super nice.
So beyond
So sweet.
what they didn't have to say anything or do anything.
They didn't have to acknowledge it. They didn't have to do anything, and it's really, really nice that they could. And look, it doesn't change anything about like what we lost over that, and like it was more of a sentimental stuff with different things because we would have different conversations with the people that when we signed them. So like each item that we had signed by Troy and Nolan were on different occasions, and we had different
memory
conversations
tied to it, kind of thing.
Yeah, and that's all gone.
Well, you have a new memory.
In the middle.
Yeah,
I do have a new memory now.
You have a new extra special memory.
I wish I was there, like in VC, hearing you freak out. It was like, Pagan, we got the presents for you. I would have loved to have heard you freak out when that happened on live stream. I would love to have been there.
I was like...
That's the thing.
Tear.
I couldn't speak, and then Adam, I think, who was sitting next to me? Oh, Christian, my brother came over, and he was playing Batman Arkham Asylum, and I had my headphones in, and I was like this, and I was just watching TV, and I was like, and I was like gasping, and like, and Christian was like, "What the fuck are you watching?" And then like would like lean in and be like, "Why are you crying at a members live chat?" And I was like, and I was like, "Shh, I can't talk to you." And then I had to wait until the members live chat ended. I had to wait until it finished, and then I was like, "Okay, now you can rewatch it." And then we watched it, and he's like, "What? This fucking class?" And I was like, "Yeah, it is class." So yeah, thank you again to the chaps. You know who you are.
Do you know what's funny about that? At Birmingham, I think me, Cal, and a few others, we were planning on getting you games. And we were gonna get James to get them signed for you. We were planning on doing it, and then look what happened. We were like, "Fuck you,
stole our idea.
Fuck you, Nolan. They stole our idea. That's our thing. We were gonna fix that. God damn it."
I think they are.
This is why
Tina had done the same. Tina was like, "If you have anything like you need signed, like, let me know, and I'm gonna try and get you." And I'm like, this community, man.
This community.
We got you.
This
sick
is the epitome of the community. Everybody is cared for. Every single person out there.
Sure
I'm crying a little. I'm not gonna lie, I'm crying a little.
Oh, it was
a little twinkle.
You know, it's the nicest.
That's the light from the microphone.
Lies.
Nice.
Yeah. It's really nice, and I look forward to meeting them at some point during next year's con trips if they are making them to UK.
Hint, Manchester.
And, hint, Manchester.
Nudge.
But if they are making any con trips, I would really like to personally thank them and stuff, and it'd be really, really nice.
Yeah.
I would love if Drew made it because I really like to
yeah.
thank him because he had a heavy hand in it, no doubt.
Now that I live in Texas, RTX is a very real possibility for me, and I can hopefully see them at RTX
When is that?
That'd be great.
in Austin, Texas.
But when is
where?
it?
When?
Oh, this July.
Oh, okay, great.
Say hi for us.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh,
say hi for
that
us.
will. I'm sure that'll be a thing for me to meet the guys, especially since like they know us, they know who we are now. They haven't met me personally.
They know
yet,
your
but-
face now. They
But
know
I
your
can also
face.
be like, this is me, co-host with Pagan, and Troy will go Pagan, Sister Christian.
That's how you'll know me. That's how they'll know you is through
Then
association.
they'll know me as Dan, friend of
Like,
Pagan,
I'm Dan,
brother or
yeah.
sister of.
Dan,
Pagan.
friend of
Oh,
Pagan.
Pagan.
Sister of
And then
Christian.
Kessie will come up and be like, "Hi, Kessie here."
Hi, Kessie.
No,
here.
I'm
friends with
dreading
Dan.
that. At any convention, I'm gonna be like, "Hi, Kessie." I'm like, oh. And then careless whisper. No careless whisper.
Don't worry,
No,
you're gonna have
no.
the t-shirt. I'm gonna have
Oh,
the
it's-
t-shirt saying.
Yeah.
the
Kessie
t-shirt.
here. Any
Yeah.
replayers willing to join the community, don't talk about your dream. Because
Yeah, I'm gonna-
they will never let you forget them. They'll
Yeah.
never let you
He's,
forget
like
them.
super cool and super nice.
Yeah. I'm gonna make that t-shirt saying "Hi, Kessie here" and then just have "Careless Whisper" on the back.
Mother.
All right, guys. As much as I hate to do it, we could probably talk all night.
We could.
Last chance.
Pagan,
Do you want to
okay?
say anything else?
Pagan,
about
Pagan, you can't.
Home
Wait,
Alone?
Pagan.
What's
What,
Pagan playing?
what have you discovered? Is there a check?
There's nothing.
What does that say?
Show us.
Did you
Show
find a
us
secret?
Yeah,
Is
I
there
didn't
secret?
know. I don't know.
Oh, live right here, guys. Secrets. They
Does
wrote
it
on the
say?
inside cover.
Tag him. Take
Yeah,
a
but I
picture of
can't
Troy.
think of, I can't read what it says. Oh,
It's
TV
Troy's
right
handwriting. You can't read it.
Oh,
We're
man.
all sitting here
I
in
can't
like
read it.
drooling
Pagan,
I literally
anticipation.
can't read it.
Pagan,
It says
Pagan, tweet it out. Pagan, tweet it out. Bet you,
I
you'll
will.
get him to
Pagan,
get it.
we are so...
Sorry? Bless?
No. I know what it says. It says, Pagan, we are so lucky to have you. Finding 500 for
Aw.
life. TB.
Oh.
It
See,
was-
and
my
here you were like,
God.
they didn't even write me a note. But in all
No,
You
I mean,
found the note.
I meant to then, like, there wasn't, like, it was just a package, and I was like, oh, this is great. Like, he didn't come with, like,
did you look inside
something
Uncharted?
attached to it.
Yeah, look inside Charlie.
No, I haven't.
Yeah, do it now. You've
What
not
if
opened
Nolan
them.
wrote one in
I
Uncharted?
love how you just on live on the
Probably
screen
not.
discovering
It's
this all
going to be really
now.
disappointing. You'd be like, nah, you probably didn't.
Do it. Do
No, but it's
it,
a
do
sick
it.
cover. No, so it's just this. Check the inside of this cover, guys. Fucking hell.
That
I
is
think I'm gonna
Oh.
change it, you know?
I think
Because
might
I don't
have that one.
actually like the PlayStation Hits branding that they've done now with a whole bunch of games like God of War.
Oh yeah, never
and
liked the
Yeah.
red label.
I don't know why they're like doing them in red cases and stuff like that as well. So I'm like, oh, it was an interesting choice.
Well,
but that
they've done that
artwork
I like
with all the
blue.
on the
PlayStation
inside
games.
is class.
PlayStation 1, it was green label. I think, was it after PlayStation 2 they went red label? Everything's been red
Oh,
label
really?
since then. Yeah, greatest hits
So
are usually
strange.
a different color.
Oh, there was silver
Yeah.
on PS2.
Yeah, silver.
Oh,
was
silver,
platinum for
right.
silver.
And then
It was silver, platinum.
PS3
Yeah.
started red labels.
Yes.
Yes.
I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. I skipped PlayStation 3.
That's amazing.
Okay,
Uh,
minus
wow.
our little surprise
Sorry.
live
Excuse me,
actions
yes.
that we just got.
I just
We
saw
do need to
Pagan's
wrap
face.
things
It's like,
up.
wait, what?
Any last thoughts on
That's
Home
lovely.
Alone before we wrap things up?
It's a really bad game.
No, I do not.
Bad
Skip it.
It's a
game.
really bad
Bad
game.
game.
Agreed.
Kessie here, rating it an F. Failure.
And let's ask Amber what she thinks of that game.
That game sucks.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Amber.
Amber.
Perfect.
Thank you,
Thank
Amber.
you,
Thank you so much, Amber.
Thank you for the input, Amber. Thank you, Jeff.
All right. Well,
Thank
like I
you so
said, I know we could probably sit here and talk all day, but we do need to
could.
wrap things up. People have lives to get to. So, if anyone is looking to follow us on socials, where they can find you at, Kessie, do you want to give any info, anything you want to share?
Yeah, there's a cat there.
Kitty.
I see it.
I'm on Twitter. Go follow my head. It's an underscore Kessie on Twitter. Oh, I'm speaking in the mic. Hello.
It's at Kessie. No, at underscore Kessie underscore
Kessie
on Twitter.
underscore, and it's Kessie underscore cat on Instagram, and Kessie Bow and everything else. I think.
Does that include your YouTube? If we're gonna watch you
Yes,
play
the
some Last of
Kessie
Us
bit.
and get some all the Kessie was.
Yes.
Those of Kessie, man. That's Kessie was.
Hey, I don't have the soundbite ready, so you don't have to hear yourself going. Wow.
Thank you. I'm not.
And Cal, anything you want to share? Social?
Well, you can find me on Twitter as at solidcal, SOLIDCAL, because I've had people call me Solidical, and same on YouTube and on Instagram, same as that, but a 0 instead of an O.
That Callie's a solid
Yep.
bloke here.
He's a solid guy.
Thank you.
Real solid.
Oh, sorry, at me. Sorry.
Pagan.
I'm so lost. I'm so
You're
in
just
this, man.
enamored
I'm not gonna
with
lie.
the.
I'm
yeah.
fucking
Yeah, I
not
mean-
gonna lie. I'm
I
so
can't
in
blame
this.
you.
This is changing.
Do you want me to do yours
a
first?
lot for me.
Yeah, go.
No, it's cool. I'm at pagan_plays on Twitter and Twitch and Instagram, and I think on YouTube it's just Pagan Plays. So easy
Sorry, I'm
enough to
just
find me.
drowning in your eyes, Pagan.
In my eyes?
Yeah, drowning in your eyes.
Are you pouring your drench on her?
Right.
All right.
Thumbs up.
Too many video-only jokes happening.
Sorry,
Poor
Corey.
audio
Sorry.
listeners.
Dan, where can we find you at?
Well, you could find me on a lot of places, but I don't want you losers following me. No, I'm kidding.
Oh,
I am Stark Evil Vash. Twitter is not Stark Evil Vash. Twitter is the one place
not.
I am Stark E Vash. That is STARKY acapello VASH, and Stark Evil Vash on everything else like YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, all those things. Anyways, just want to say thank you to Drew, Nolan, Troy, PJ for all that you do. Because as we've said multiple times already, we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you guys bringing us all together, making such an amazing community. You can leave us a voice message at the Replayer Podcast. Just click the link in the show notes. Leave a little message. Give us unpopular opinions. Whatever have you. Give it to us. We need it. Do it.
Mhm.
So, be sure to like, subscribe, and review our podcast. Leave us comments or concerns at our email at thereplayerpodcast@gmail.com. Thank you, Kessie. Thank you, Cal.
Thank you. No,
No
worries.
problem.
Happy to be here.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Thanks for being with us.
Thank
It's
you for
cool.
the free ice cream. It's really, yeah, I love it.
You're welcome.
I give
No,
hearts
it's not
to
ice cream
both of
soup
you.
at this point.
It's
Hearts.
soup now.
It's soup.
Hearts.
I knew
You
it.
can't-
Fucking
you
knew it.
can't-
For me.
You can't see my deformed heart, but I'm giving you hearts.
I mean,
Thank you,
Thank
Cal.
you so much for your deformed heart. All
me
hearts
and
are
Dan did
deformed.
that. We can kind of do a heart.
Oh, hang on. My hand's not the right
You're
way.
doing it right yet. Can't. Mine's too big. High five,
Okay,
high
and with
five.
that, game over, folks. Good night.
Hey.
Bye.
Good night. Bye.